I cannot wait till they go 6-11.
Week 1.
Yeah, 6.
25, averaging 20 plus points. That's only happened one other time in
I am.
It's our fault that we try to recognize talent.
I am, because talent does not win.
The nerve.
The quarterback
that he still go to the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship.
What up, everybody? Welcome to Dead in Sports. We apologize for the delay. We lost the camera, so we had to. Well, that was right. All right then.
Both of us on YouTube at the same time.
I turned it down.
I thought I did. But yeah, nevertheless, we are here. So I was not shining my hair or my head.
I said you was.
I am not.
I said you was defending the Marvels.
Defending the Marvels either. Because I didn't have to defend the Marvels.
It was good.
Yeah, I liked it, man. It was good. It was good. You know, people just don't make it.
I need
people like to hate nowadays. So.
I need a Marvel break after Loki. I just need to take some time off.
All right, man. You know what? Nah, we gonna go ahead and jump into the show because I don't gotta hear any more of this. This is blasphemy. All right, let's get started. This is the place where sports opinions collide. Dead in Sports. I'm your host, Kenneth B. Inge. Joining me on the show, we have Spike the Hater.
What up, though? What up?
You got a new tag.
That's it.
Yeah, what up, Shelton?
What's happening?
Panthers turned Eagles fan. And Feefo, what up?
What it do?
So we got a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. So we're just gonna jump into it with the. Because I know, you know, the show is produced, so I'm not going to jump off the rundown. But I am going to get to this Deion shit.
I knew it.
I'm going to get to this.
I was going to say, it sounds like some Deion stuff coming.
Yeah, there is no escape. But let's start with a team that did manage to escape with the win this weekend. The Houston Texans over our beloved ex-co-host, who's still around, virtually, Nicky Ducey. No, just Nick now.
Yeah,
just Nick.
Yeah.
Over his Bengals.
This would have been a great Nick episode.
Yes,
right
it
would have
been a
perfect,
great Nick episode.
It would.
But I know in the picks, only one of us picked the Texans, right?
Who was that?
Nobody.
Good boy.
Yep.
You picked the Texans?
Yes,
Well,
I
you know,
did.
he be hating, so.
I did.
You just did that to hate on Nick.
Yeah, that's all it was. He didn't even believe in the Texans like that.
What did I said? I said why? Y'all was like, how you gonna pick them? And I told you he's gonna show up this week.
I think you were just hating.
I think
No.
That's what I think it was. We'll see, because I think it's another Bengals pick on here, so we'll see. But yeah, man, CJ Stroud proving a lot of haters and doubters wrong.
Yep.
It was a lot of them, especially among Dead End Hip Hop fans. We talking to you, Manny. And a little bit of Nick. Did Nick hit? Yeah. CJ a little bit? Okay. But nevertheless, he came up with an upset win over the Bengals, who were rolling.
Yes.
And he did it on the road in style. So is CJ now a leading MVP candidate after this win?
And they said I was crazy when I said he's top 10 in the league last week. But now we talking MVP.
Right.
I don't think.
Come on, man.
I don't think saying top 10 in the league says much anymore, though. It ain't
What do you
10.
mean?
It ain't 10 good quarterbacks in the league.
You tripping.
It's not. It's
There
two.
is.
It's two good quarterbacks in the league, man.
Just
Like,
because yours isn't one of them, it doesn't mean
It's
there's
two.
only two.
So Mahomes and Jalen.
Nah. No. Mahomes and Burrow. I still put Burrow to 2. After that, man, I couldn't depend on
They're in
anybody.
last place. You know that, right? He's not in the playoffs either.
Going into any
Today.
given Sunday, if you told me you could have one or two quarterbacks to win the game and I got trust in them, those are the only two that I'm taking out of all the quarterbacks in the league. Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow.
Even out of the ones that's done it.
Joe Burrow done the same thing that Jalen Hurts has done.
When Joe Burrow been 8-1?
Went to the Super Bowl and lost,
in the
just
last
like
two,
Jalen Hurts
in the
did.
last 2 years, when he been 8-1.
But the question
Jalen
about
been
CJ
twice.
Stroud, to get back to the production, as Ken mentioned, I wouldn't say MVP candidate, definitely rookie of the year. That's easy. it's a runaway.
Why not MVP?
Lift up an entire franchise and put him on his back. And the thing about him is that when it's the time to show up is when he shows up. And it's not like he's been playing trash the rest of the game. There's been games where he's been great all through the game. But every single time that you put the ball in his hand to try to win the game, that's what he's doing. And he's a rookie. Now, name me his starting wide receivers.
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
But let me ask you this. Wait, real quick. Let me ask you this. Are you saying
Noah Brown, Tank Dell?
Are you saying that at the end of the year, based off whatever, it don't matter if he makes the playoffs, it don't matter if they win the division or not, just him playing that well, he should be an MVP candidate? Because I don't. The reason I say no is I don't think that team is going to continue to win, and I don't think that an MVP quarterback is going to be on a non-playoff team.
100%. I think they make the playoffs. The way that they've been playing, I think they make the playoffs. They're leading their division up.
Yeah, they are, but I don't think they can keep that up.
No, it's not leading their division.
They are. The Texans are leading their division. There's the Texans, the Colts. Well, all of them are 5-5. Texans, the Colts, Jaguars, and the Titans. Yeah, all of them got similar records.
Jacksonville is up a game. Even still, to me, if they make the playoffs, he's the MVP. Because I agree with you with that statement. An MVP has to be in the playoffs.
Yes.
You can't be MVP on a losing team.
If we talking about this week's 18 or whatever, and they go wild card, I agree with you there. I would put he'd definitely be in the MVP conversation.
But he's in the MVP conversation right now because technically he's in the playoff race.
And because no other quarterbacks are good this year other than the two that I mentioned.
I feel what you're saying other than Jalen.
No, Jalen Hurts is not on that list.
The problem I had with it, I love CJ. The problem I had
now
with
you
the
love
Panthers game, threw for 146 yards, bro. Lost that game to Bryce Young. It's one game, but it's the Panthers. So in saying that, when you lay an egg on a team that's the worst team in the league, it's hard to put you in that category as a rookie. And I'm not saying that
he beat better teams.
He did beat better teams, but my point is it's up and down because he's a rookie. That's why they don't have him in that category. Now you could say rookie of the year by far. That's a landslide.
Yeah,
he's that guy. Yeah. But to put him in the MVP category, he has to win a game like that, or at least show up in a game like that. And he did not. Which, like I said, I can't knock him for the other games. The game the week before that, he threw for 199.
But doesn't it like when he does it in the bigger game, doesn't it like show like, okay, he is human, he is a rookie, he definitely laid an egg. I'm not arguing that standpoint. But at the end of the day, if he loses this game, we're not talking about him like that. But he's winning these games, and this is not against the only winning team that he's done it against.
And you give him credit for that, but still to be mentioned in the MVP boards voting standings and to be mentioned among the Mahomes and these guys like that for MVP. You can't have a game like that. You just can't. And especially when you're outsider like that. But here, if he wasn't a rookie, we'd be talking a lot more. If the team was a little better, we'd be talking a lot more. But I think it's outstanding what he's doing. It should be commended. And he should be in that race. But it's almost like some of the guys that go for the Heisman. You know they're not going to win it, but they get that mention because of how well they perform. That's kind of how it is.
You sound like a hater to me.
No, I'm the one that kept more than anybody.
Would you give A.J. Brown the MVP over Stroud?
A.J. Brown?
A.J. Brown breaking records. I hate to say this too as a Cowboy. It's disgusting. I can't even believe it.
MVP, bro?
Yeah, he was third in some projections that I saw. He had 5 straight games with 125 plus yards. First time that's been done. He's been doing a really good job this year.
Receivers rarely, if ever. When was the last time a receiver got an MVP?
That 2,000-yard season. Yeah.
So he has 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's still behind Tariq. So it's kind of tough for him to get it, but he's doing it when it matters most. Mm-hmm. And that's what's important.
Yeah, I think CJ Stroud Rookie of the Year. That's a lock. Yeah. MVP, I'd have to see how he does. They got some tough division games against the Jaguars coming up. They play the Broncos, who are now formidable. They play the Titans again. They play the Browns, which is a tough defense. They play the Titans twice, so that's going to be tough to win both of those games this late in the season against a divisional opponent. and they play the Colts. They end with the Colts who are 5-5, and who knows how they got 5 wins. So it's going. These last 8 games is going to mean a lot to see what he does to continue to leave his name in that conversation.
Yeah, and I think he can win most of those games the way this team is playing.
Yeah, and they're confident right now. The most impressive thing that he's doing, though, is he's not turning the ball over.
Yeah.
And you got to.
He got the lowest ratio of all quarterbacks.
All of them.
Yeah.
You got to give him so much credit for that, man. That's ridiculous. He only has a couple interceptions.
Two interceptions, 18 touchdowns. I
That
want
was
to say.
a big one that he threw in that Bengals game, but to come back from it the way he did was super impressive because he drove it right down the field. Noah Brown, former Cowboy, is looking.
We let him go for nothing.
Got that man looking like a young Tariq out there running all over these players. It is crazy how open he's been, and in the precise throws, man. Them throws, he dropping dimes. He ain't just completing passes.
It ain't
he
no
dropping dimes. I'm like, man, this is crazy. And this is crunch time. He's doing this, and this ain't first quarter. Easy part of the game. He's doing it when it matters most, and it's been really, really, really impressive.
Yeah, we got to get Manny on the show. We need to hear from Manny.
We do.
Manny loves to shit on people and then disappear.
Yes, sir.
So I would like to hear what he has to say about that. But yeah. So shout out to CJ Stroud, man. I'm happy for him. He's definitely playing really, really, really well right now. And way better than Bryce Young. And I was hoping we had some Bryce Young question in here, but it is not. So I might have to say that for later because he's been getting the pass, bro.
I thought I saw one.
No, I don't see one on here. I'm talking about on the docket. There may be one in the. We do have a question about that. About the Panthers. Yeah, we're gonna get to that. All right. Moving on. Let us go to the Browns, of all people. You picked this one too, Dean. Yep.
Yeah.
The Browns took out the Ravens on the road, and the Ravens were hot. It was whipping up on everybody. Watson came back and whooped up on them. Football whooping. Who needs this win? They play Thursday. Who needs this win more, the Ravens or the Bengals?
I think I'd say the Bengals. And the reason being is, once again, the Ravens are in first place in the division right now. The Bengals are in last. So their playoff hopes, they're hanging on by a thread as it is. You cannot lose this game to the Ravens. You've already lost to them once. You cannot afford to lose another game against them, especially in prime time like this. They lose this game, your playoff hopes are super slim. So you got to make up some of that ground, and you got to start this week. You have to. There's another divisional game. So that whoever that team, if you lose this game, whoever wins that game takes another step ahead of you, which pushes you further down the docket. So you cannot lose this game.
Yeah, I agree. By the way, Rob, I'll get to that. I was just talking about this show. He's been getting a pass on this show. But back to Thursday Night Football, yeah, of course it's the Bengals. You lose to a rookie. You can't lose to a rookie, man. I mean, I don't care how good he is, especially in that fashion. You got to win that game.
At home.
And, you are at home. And this is what happens when you start off slow. Losses, they hurt a little bit more. So the Bengals started off slow. They have to go on a win streak, which they did. But then you have to kind of maintain it, and you got to beat the teams you need to beat in order to maintain it. And, when you get faced against tougher competition, then you got to show up and beat them as well. But you can't lose games like they did against the Texans. So, and shit, Stroud has beaten the Steelers, and he's beaten the Bengals. Has he played the Browns and the Ravens yet? I think he lost to anyway, but he going through the AFC. But anyway, But the Bengals, they lose this, they in trouble.
Yeah, must-win game for them. Simply because, like as Shelton said, Ravens in first place. They got a little bit, but not a lot of room to spare. And the Bengals' upcoming schedule, they got the Steelers twice. They got the Chiefs. They got the Browns again, who they can't beat. It's not a lot of games going into it where you can say, okay, yeah, they're going to win that one, or they should win that one. All of these are going to be dog fights. And it starts with the Ravens on Thursday night. But with that being said, as I spoke of Burrow, I got more faith in him winning this game than I do Lamar Jackson. After last week's performance, and it's been consistent, like over the last 6 games with Lamar Jackson. Like, he's been doing a lot to help them lose games in the fourth quarter. They've been able to overcome because of the defense, but I have more faith in Joe Burrow in a big game than I do Lamar Jackson.
I don't disagree. I agree with everything that everybody said on here, especially with the Bengals, man. They got to win. You know, this is, I forgot.
This is season on the line. This is season on the line. I agree with what everybody had to say. Yeah, Bengals got to win. Like you said, Shelton, they already lost to the Ravens once. Can't afford to lose again if you're going to be in the playoff race right now. So, and then Jamar's out, ain't he?
No, he played. He played. T. Higgins was out this past week. And, when T's not there, they ain't winning nothing at all anyway. Mm-hmm. So either one of them was out there.
Because Tyler Boyd dropped a big touchdown.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm saying? In the end zone. So, yeah, man. Bengals are in must-win mode right now.
Zach Taylor back on the hot seat?
Yes.
He's always been on the hot seat. Fuck you mean?
Not according to Nick.
He is absolutely on the hot seat, and he should be.
And 2 Spike?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Come on, man. Him at, what's the damn charges that I could never remember?
Staley.
Yeah.
Staley.
Shit.
Staley.
He got to go.
He got to be.
You got to go.
Dang, bro. Yeah, it's going to be a great game, and if the Bengals don't make the playoffs, he got to come back, bro. I'll fly.
Yeah.
I'll fly.
We got to go out there.
We're going to do the show from your house, Nick. If the Bengals don't make the playoffs, we're doing the show from your house, Nick.
We flying out there.
Yeah, I got to hear this one. I got to hear this one. Yeah, because it ain't looking good. But, I'm kind of with you, Spike. The Ravens, bro, like, they've been dominant because of the defense. And then, you can't lose to the Browns, bro. I'm just, and especially because they blew a lead.
They dominated. They were dominated in the first half.
They were killing. It was one of those games you look like, oh, okay, this is over. I ain't got to check back to this. Right, red zone, need to stop going to it. Like, just cut it off.
Yeah. When he had 11-something yards in the fourth quarter, something like that.
Yeah,
somebody said
they dominated the first half, though. That was a blowout. I would have been warming up if I was the backup.
Don't say that when we're talking about Watson.
Yeah, none of that pause.
No blowouts,
blow
bro.
Nothing. no blow nothing for Watson.
But yeah, that was a tough loss, man. So
I was gonna get on Manny about that too, because Manny was talking about how trash they were winning in spite of Watson. I said, did you watch the second half? Because he was perfect in the second half.
That was the Watson that they signed. That was the one they gave the guaranteed money to play for the Texans.
This
is the first time we seen him in like 4 years.
It is.
Dude.
Yeah, he been pretty sore, man. He ain't had no.
I'm sure he has.
Besides,
he ain't been able to work those kicks out.
Yeah.
He can't work them kicks out.
It's hard to work the kicks out, man.
So if he maintains this, does that make the Browns scarier? Because they're still able to run the ball with Jerome Ford.
100%. They are. And Kareem Hunt, that 1-2 punch is looking really, really good. It would have been much better. Man, this would have been really trouble if Nick hadn't got hurt. But if Chubb hadn't got hurt, this would have been something else.
Yeah.
You're right. They are that much more scary. But he hurt his ankle, so I don't know if he's practicing for the rest of the week. I don't know if he's playing this week.
Who?
Deshaun Watson.
Oh.
Clowney rolled him up on his ankle.
Close to the end of the game. Mm-hmm. And they got the best defensive player, arguably, in the game right now. Myles Garrett.
He's an MVP candidate.
he is an MVP.
And he has to be.
Dude, different.
Yeah, he is.
I'm moving him towards Michael Parsons. I'm even above now. Like, I have Michael Parsons as a clear number one, obviously because bias, but
yeah.
That is Rob's MVP pick. He says the NFL MVP is Myles Garrett so far.
Yeah,
So
I wouldn't argue.
You cannot argue that fact because he's dominated games single-handedly. Yep. One of those games, what was the game where he did everything?
He accounted for like 17 points because of strip fumble and
strip fumbles, blocked the punts. I forgot what game it was, but anyway, he dominated that game. TJ is up there too, and.
He is, but he ain't Myles Garrett,
is like a full step ahead.
I hate they've been trying to slide that in there in the mainstream media. They keep throwing
TJ is balling.
But I think it's a discredit to what Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is like.
I don't think it's a discredit.
That's different.
I just think that TJ is number 2.
Yeah.
And Myles Garrett is number 1.
I would put Parsons at number 2. But
The only reason I put TJ there is because the stats are there, and
he's played with an anemic offense.
Yeah, he's had to win games too. I will say that.
Right. Now you talking about who's scarier, that's a different story. But,
100%.
But I'm talking about as far as production goes, you got to give TJ his credit because them pressures ain't no jokes. And Max Crosby is another one that
he should be
a lot of credit too.
He should be in that top 10 of MVP.
Those 4 guys to me, they dominate the sport as far as the defensive side of the ball.
It's more good pass rushes than it is quarterbacks in the league.
It is. I ain't gonna lie. I can't lie about that. Spot.
Right.
You're right.
It's more game-changing pass rushes than quarterbacks. That's wild to say.
Did you see that 10 rookies had started a game this year at quarterback this year?
Really?
Yep.
Yes. And yeah, it is. And 6 of them were drafted after the 3rd round. A couple of them have been undrafted.
Quarterback play is bad, man.
The white boy in Chicago that
O'Connell in Las Vegas.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson in Cleveland started the game. There's been a few of them. He was terrible that game too. I hate that because I love that kid. But it's been 10 rookies starting at quarterback this year.
Huh, that is interesting. Maybe they're trying to get some of these old guys out of there. But yeah. He loading the gun, Spike.
Uh-oh.
He loading it back up.
Glock.
He loading it back up, man. He went and got some bullets.
Glock is back.
He went and got some
He
bullets.
went and got that strap fixed.
He still ain't got the name, but he went and got some bullets. He went and got some bullets for the Glock.
He's back.
Yep. So he ready to come out firing. Man, they did a thing to the Jaguars, bro. They made Trevor look terrible, and this was not necessarily a trap game, but coming off the losses that they did and a bye week, like that they were ready to jump on them boys.
Yeah,
and they did. They beat the mess out of the Jaguars, and they made Trevor Lawrence look terrible. And the guy want to know, man, is Trevor Lawrence overrated? And is the team doing the carrying for him? So, is he just nothing but, as Nick liked to pull it, a rich man's Brock Purdy? Which is crazy to even suggest such a thing.
Yeah, they was ready. And the Jags wasn't.
Right.
3 points all game. You know what I'm saying? Look, sometimes that type of stuff happens. I'm not making no excuses, but let's be honest, Sunshine is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. Like, he's way above the fray. When you look at a whole bunch of teams, outside of Kansas City, outside of Baltimore, outside of the Cincinnati, outside of the Chargers, you're taking that quarterback in Jacksonville over everybody else outside of Josh Allen to that list.
And Josh Dobbs.
Nah, hell no. Come on now. You know Minnesota takes Sunshine right now. And Philly too. You know what I'm saying? But look, he's way above the fray. The shit happens. Are they gonna make the playoffs? That's really the only question that matters. Yeah. Are they gonna make the playoffs? Is he gonna play good enough down the stretch? That's all that matters.
They are.
This type of game, that's one of these games, you know what? You hide it, put it away in the vault, forget about it, and just move on.
185 yards, 58% completion percentage, 2 interceptions, and cost me a fantasy football matchup this week.
Yep. You just lock it up, put it away, forget about it. There's nothing that you're going to learn from that game.
Well, has he learned anything from any of these games? Because right now he has 2,100 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. He about to get benched on my team.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kyler Murray came back.
Yeah.
So I might have to start him because, he done got his game out of his system.
You hope he got game out of his system.
Trevor Lawrence just last year, he was like, that's the guy.
He was supposed to be breaking through to the top 10. We had the playoff wins. He about to come back in the playoffs. Thought this would be the year that it broke. And they went out and they got more weapons. And Doug Peterson's supposed to be that dude.
Yeah.
We got to put some blame. We got to put some blame on Lawrence.
I'm not saying you don't.
The only reason when you say he's the top fray, again, I'm gonna keep saying it this whole show. The quarterbacks are so bad. Like the only reason that we would put Trevor Lawrence in the top half or down anybody else is everybody else sucks.
By default.
Yeah.
Quarterback play has been
down.
subpar this year.
Scoring
completely.
is down in the NFL. Offense is down.
Yeah.
Quarterback play is terrible. Like they're gonna do something to fix that in the offseason.
What can they do? They already play flag football.
They're gonna change some more rules.
I don't know what
the rules are already catered to the offense, and scoring I think is the lowest that it's been in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to say people don't like watching games with 16 and 19.
Mm-hmm. Something got it. Something got it.
I understand that.
Jags offense has been disappointing so far. I thought T-Law would be much more consistent with the improved weapons. He makes a point.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I was gonna say about it is his inconsistency. It's not that his talent isn't there. We know the boy's talented. We know he can do things on the field. It's just about consistency week in and week out. Those games should be more of a challenge as opposed to he playing the Chiefs and you lay an egg. You play 49ers, you lay an egg. These big games, you got same thing with Tua. They got to show up in these games when it matters the most. Not rolling over some of these weaker teams. You got to play against the same thing with Dak. Some of these others, you got to play in these big games.
Is how much you put on Peterson? He's supposed to be the offensive guru. He's supposed to be the quarterback whisperer. He's the reason. Like they bought him in to help Trevor Lawrence, and it don't seem like he's done anything differently from Urban Meyer.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's done a little
other than not be.
They're in first place, so you really can't. Once again, that still ain't saying much in a weaker division like that, but you can't really say he's done some stuff, but still he gets about 30% of that blame. I put more on Trevor Lawrence because Trevor ain't a rookie anymore. He's been in the league and he's been starting. He's seen almost every NFL team now, so it ain't like this is new. You know what I'm saying? At this point, it's about going out there, executing, playing football. You shouldn't have the snowball effect when you're a vet in the league, and at this point, he's a vet.
I think some of it got to do with scheme too, though. Like the Jaguars with the talent that they have, and we've all sit here and we said it, that Trevor Lawrence obviously is talented. Doug Peterson should be doing something different. Like something about that offense should look better. It looks basic. It looks boring. 3 points against the 49ers, though we know that's an incredible defense. I got Trevor Lawrence and I got supposedly a great play caller and 3 great receivers. Like I put some. Trevor Lawrence is a lot responsible, but I do put some blame on Peterson because that was what he came. That's what you're here for. You're an X's and O's coach. You're supposed to be brilliant and have scheme and all of these things, and none of that really has played out. Like I think they made it as far as they made it last year based off Trevor Lawrence's talent. This year it was supposed to be the meshing of the two. Now I got my scheme in Doug Peterson. Now you shown you talented. You won some playoff games. It should look a lot better. It should look a lot more fluid, and it doesn't.
Well, they got to fix it because I thought Trevor was going to break out this year.
Yeah.
And
Me too.
And it's not. He's breaking down.
Yeah.
We talking about breaking down. There was a lot of that happened, especially in the last part of this game last night that I had on. We were doing our Madden draft. So I had the game on, watching a little bit of the game, while doing a little drafting thing or whatever. It was terrible. It was terrible. The Buffalo Bills and Denver Broncos played in a toilet bowl for Monday Night Football, and Josh Allen was absolutely horrible. So bad he lost to Russell Wilson, who was even damn near worse than him.
He did have that throw, though. That throw was crazy.
Yeah.
And to Sutton.
The sideline.
Yeah. That was nice. Every once in a while, he'll pop up. But after a play like that, man, is Josh Allen, are we done with him? Is he out of the top 5?
He got to be out of the top 5. And they've been throwing Josh Allen so much bail. I'm so sick of the bail he's been getting. We talk about making excuses for players and get all that. I saw so many. They posted in the group chat. This loss is not on Josh Allen. They fired Ken Dorsey today. All this extra stuff. They benched James Cook for the first fumble of the year. And I'm like looking at they're giving this man so many excuses. And now here's the problem I had with that. They set James Cook for a quarter and a half, almost 2 quarters. He comes out and rushed for 100 yards after that.
It looked like it helped him though.
What if he had been out there playing during that time? Maybe you'd got a couple of them first downs.
Like he did on that
run.
run.
Fumbled again. I think
he did fumble again on that run.
Yeah.
He did. Now that other one was Josh Allen's fault. But the thing about it is, if you're gonna punish him, if you're gonna hold him accountable, how are we not gonna hold Josh Allen accountable? And at this point, he is getting bailed. We saw the tweet. I don't know if y'all saw it, but we seen the tweet where Trayvon Diggs said, get 14 up out of there. That ain't come from, and I said it. One of my boys said, wonder what he probably gonna jump on his brother for tweeting that. He told him to. He was probably sitting next to him. He probably was the one that texted. Yeah, I'm like, he probably was the one. Yeah, man, look, I'm tired of this dude. And then he came right back in text right after that. He said, tweeted right after that, Josh, he said, old boy wasn't who he was till my brother got there. So basically, like he was trash till my brother got there.
Man, that's kind of true.
It is true.
It is.
And the target, and it's just crazy to me how nobody's holding him accountable. Stephon Diggs got his lowest targets of the year. He only had 3 catches. This is your number one weapon, man. I'm throwing to him 20 times in a game. That's coaching. That's your quarterback. That's everybody. But once again, they throwing him bail, man. He got to be held accountable for these turnovers. Once again, he's been in the league too long to be throwing them interceptions and making the Broncos defense that gave up 70 look like world beaters. And they play good.
Good the last 6 games. They got the best defense in the league.
I was gonna say they played really, really good, but he didn't help the cause with some of those throws.
The Broncos finally figured out their defense was good.
And
he started calling. He started calling plays and not let Russell lose the game for him. I agree with you. I think in the mainstream media, Josh Allen has not gotten any of the flack that he would get if it was any other quarterback, probably. Because we've always spoken about he's a great white hope. Mm-hmm. They want him to be the next best thing. They want him to overtake Mahomes, and it just doesn't look like that's going to happen. However, I would put a lot of blame on that coach, man. He's terrible.
McDermott?
Yeah, McDermott, not only does Doyce need to go, you might need to just go ahead and get rid of him and cut your bait and start looking for a better replacement.
We them boys said McDermott is running out of assistants to blame with the membership.
Yeah, exactly. And he lost the best thing. He lost the most valuable asset, and that was Brian Daboll.
Mm-hmm.
But he was going to, though. But he was going to lose him regardless. Because Daboll was going to get a head coaching job after what he did with Josh Allen.
Daboll might be looking at the tea leaves in New York and want to go back to Buffalo, to be honest with you.
But you know what,
he
though?
may see that. That's the worst team.
If I was Daboll, I would definitely go up to manager and be like, hey, look, can I look at my other options this offseason?
Yeah.
Because this is not what I signed up for.
Especially if they go make him take your mans again.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Dimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if management pushes,
he ain't going nowhere.
Danny, you're right.
No, he's not.
Danny
not
Pennies.
Danny
If management pushes now we signed him to a contract, let's give him another year. If I was Daboll, I would seriously consider stepping down.
Look, the only way if I'm Daboll, I stay if they draft the quarterback I want this year.
Yeah.
And tell management to eat the fucking cost because y'all dumbasses paid this other guy. You know what I'm saying? So outside of that, I'm asking management if I could look at other teams and shit. The Bills might be a place I might want to go back to as a head coach.
I would look seriously into trying to reconnect with them because McDermott is not. It don't.
He's
work.
not it.
It don't work. And we know Josh Allen is talented. And I don't want to shoot him any bail because he's been terrible. However, we do see he is an elite talent when he has the right coaching. He one of those dudes that got to have a perfect system. Everything got to be perfect.
Got to be perfect.
Yeah, I don't think that he's out of the top 5 just yet. He's playing bad, and I think it kind of goes to what you were saying earlier. It's quarterbacks have been so bad this year. It's maybe he's just in there because we can't find anybody
else gonna be there
that deserves to be in there. So I think he's there. But a guy that maybe could get some consideration is a guy in Detroit, Jared Goff.
He's been the most consistent this year, man.
He's holding it down. He won a shootout.
That was a great game.
Shootout versus Herbert. Yeah, on the road. Are the Lions? Are y'all ready to give in?
No.
Are the Lions the second best team in the NFC?
No.
What?
No, I'm still not ready to give in.
Fourth at best.
Fourth
at best.
Y'all are crazy.
I give them third.
They got to have a hell of a day to beat the third best team in the NFC, which is us.
they are third or fourth. And the only reason I say that is because I don't think they can beat the 49ers. I know they can't beat the Eagles,
and they can't beat the Cowboys.
And they can't beat the Cowboys, I don't think. We'll see later on, but I don't think so. That defense from the Cowboys would not have let them get off like that.
I think they could beat the Cowboys.
If not, if the way they giving them points,
not the way
they don't want to get in a shootout with them.
No.
That can't even stay.
No, because that Chargers defense was awful, and they still had a chance and should have won that game.
Few people I trust Dak against, but Jared Goff is one of them. Jared Goff is one of the people that I will have full trust that Dakota Prescott can beat.
Yeah, Michael Parsons is going to beat him in the ground. They're gonna play later on this year too.
I think
Man,
a little bit after Thanksgiving.
Man, you know what? They've proven you guys wrong all year.
They have.
They have.
Before the season started, y'all were talking shit about them.
We still are, yeah.
They lost one game. I picked them to lose though. When we did the picks one week, I said, "No, they not." The Lions. What big game did they have?
What game did
they had? A big game that we was expecting. Everybody was like, "This is the Lions' chance to show up," and they didn't show up. Who was it?
Wait a minute. Wasn't last week we were having a conversation?
B came. V said something.
No. It was about records.
Right.
And how they mean something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. We were talking about that was me.
Was that you?
That was me talking about the Ravens.
About
and then the Ravens, because I said they had the best record over the last couple of weeks. And he said he said they didn't mean anything. Yeah, you're right.
It was you too, right?
Yeah. But he's talking about, because I'll be talking about the Eagles record.
Mm-hmm. And you were picking somebody above the Eagles.
Yeah, I put the Ravens.
And he threw the record at you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And said, well, the record says that they are better. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, based on that logic,
let me look at these
Shelton. Right now, the Lions have the third best record in the league and tied with the Kansas City Chiefs.
In the league.
They do.
Crazy.
But you said the teams below them.
I look at these games and I looked at these games and
I be remember this shit. Bro.
Yeah, you do.
I used to debate it.
Yeah, Chuck. And we can't count shoulda won. We can't never. I ain't gonna do none of that. But that Ravens game, the Ravens put a whipping on them boys this year earlier, and the rest of these games, man, they've been too close.
Okay, all right. Well, try to make it make sense. All right. Well, I'm with you, B. The Lions are once again they have to absolutely fall apart right now tonight, like the playoffs.
Hey, so y'all still feel Dan Campbell's a trash coach?
Yes.
Why?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Man,
yes.
That was a clutch play though. That was a clutch call. I did not like the call where they went for it on fourth down. I would have went on to kick that field goal. Luckily, it worked out for them. He hit Laporta over the middle. I don't know if y'all remember that play, but if that play had not happened, that would have been a totally different result. They went for it on fourth instead of taking the field goal. That was a gutsy call, and I give him credit for gutsy calls. But people play Madden and win games sometimes.
What are you giving Dan? What's Dan Campbell bring to the table?
So for me, the first thing
feisty.
The first thing that I look for in a coach is how hard are the guys going to play for him, regardless of X's and O's. Do they believe in that man? Because a leader of men, you have to have buy-in from 95% of the people in that locker room. And Dan Campbell has that. He is fiery. That's his style of coaching. But, even when they were bad, we saw that team play hard as hell.
How much coaching he doing though, Feefo?
You know what? Head coaching is overseeing. It's not necessarily
CEO.
Always X and O's.
It's
the CEO mentality.
That's Aaron Glenn's team.
And that's fine. At the end of the day, the head coach's job, part of his job is to hire the assistant coaches that are going to connect with that staff. And it's your job to oversee that. To me, he does an amazing job as a head coach.
I'll give him credit for changing the culture.
Okay.
I can't give him, but I couldn't mention him in the same sentence as coaches like Kyle Shanahan.
I 100% agree.
Because they bring a lot to the table.
Yes, because those
from a schematic standpoint.
Those are strategics.
Right, okay.
You know what I'm saying? 100%.
Okay, so if we're talking about the next level, not those guys.
Yeah, he's not McVay, he's not Shanahan, he's not
he's
Andy
a lesser
Reid.
version of Mike Tomlin.
Yes, 100%.
So do y'all think that these guys are contenders?
That's what Mike Tomlin brings
Yeah,
to the table.
that is what Mike Tomlin.
Like
Mike Tomlin's not an X and O guy.
But he gonna make sure that
It is
we come to compete.
the organization is
Do
being
you
ran
think
how it
that
needs
they're
to be ran.
contenders?
Who?
Detroit.
The Lions are going to lose the first playoff game that they play.
God, you know it's been 31 years since they won a playoff game.
Yeah.
I know, but
That's
times
crazy.
change.
What is your expectations of this team based off what you've seen?
My expectations just were them to continue what they did last year and get to the playoffs again. Get to the playoffs and prove that last year wasn't a fluke. And I think they're meeting those expectations.
How far
Yeah,
you
they'll
think
do
they
that
can go
at
in the
least.
playoffs? Yeah, they'll do that. But how far you think they can
but
go?
y'all
Y'all
matchup, they can win a
thought
game.
they were pretenders. Y'all didn't even think
I
they were
still
for real
think they
last
should.
year.
I did it.
I guess
did
I was
it.
looking in the grand scheme of things, like how far could they go? They'll make the
They might
playoffs,
be-
but
they
you
might
think
be
they how far you think they're going to play?
Well, I think that's an
They
unfair
win-
question because there's a lot of teams that can't get far but are a playoff team.
Realistically, they win the NFC North. That puts them in either the second or third playoff position. So they'll play maybe
They're going to buy in the first round, right?
Nope. The Eagles. If things continue to play out the way that they do, the Eagles will have a first round bye.
Right.
That puts the Lions at the 2 seed, playing maybe the Seahawks, maybe the Rams, maybe the Vikings, maybe the Cowboys, maybe the Saints, maybe the Bucks, maybe the Falcons.
They can beat all those teams.
I wouldn't. They lost to the Seahawks. I wouldn't want to see the Vikings right now.
And it's in the division. Like, yeah, I could see the Vikings.
Daw's been playing, boy.
We need to get to that.
I could see the Vikings
We don't
getting
need to
in
get to that.
at the
That's
7
not gonna
seed,
last.
playing the Lions at the 2 seed, and it being an upset because of the familiarity being in the same division. I could see that happen.
All right, well, I got you, B. Let's move on.
Shout out
man.
to B.
Let's move on to the second quarter. That is a lot of the NFL stuff that happened this week. We got some basketball to talk about.
NBA started.
Yeah, we got some basketball to talk about, and we want to talk about the Timberwolves.
Yes, sir.
They are definitely off to a hot start. So, do you guys think that Ant-Man will lead them into a playoff run even without Pat Bev, of all people?
Without Pat Bev, it's crazy.
That's crazy to say.
I hope so, man. That's my favorite player in the league right now.
Ant-Man
is my favorite player in the
I'm talking
league.
about some-
Wow.
knew
I like the
this for a reason.
exchange him and Draymond had the other night. Draymond tried to call him out, try to punk him a little bit.
And he came right back
You
in
got me
at his
messed up.
throat.
Right, I'm gonna
Yes.
give you 30, and you take all that little shit to the locker room that you talking. I loved it. Ant-Man's my guy.
Look, I was trying to tell a whole bunch of people, including my brother. He just got back from traveling for a very long time.
Yes, sir.
And he told me, he was like, hey, Feefo, I was wrong about Ant-Man. And he was talking about the mentality he had when he was on the USA team. And I told him, I love the fact that when they were trying to bring him off the bench, he told Steve Kerr straight to his face, there ain't no Kobe Bryant, ain't no D-Wade on this team.
I'm the best person on this
I'm
team.
the best player on
Why
this
would I
motherfucker.
come off the bench?
Why would I come off the bench?
And that's not a bad thing to say.
No, not at all.
That's the attitude
That's-
you should have.
Damn.
What he is.
100%, because who else? It's not like D Book is on this squad. You know, it's not like you have an elder statesman at my position, bro.
Right.
I'm the best guy you got. And what he was doing in that USA team, because he was their closer, we're seeing that now. We're seeing it translate. I always talk about these players that go play USA basketball. The great
back,
ones
they different.
come back and they improve on what they did, not only in the regular season, but what you saw in the USA basketball.
Yep, Kobe,
and Ant-Man is doing that.
Carmelo, Kobe, Carmelo, most notably Durant. Those three came back and were much better basketball.
100%. What we're watching Ant-Man do is elevate himself to be in the top 3 contention in the league. He is positioning himself to be one of the faces of the league. Obviously, John Morant fucked that up last year, so it leaves the door open for an American-born player. Right now, I would say Jason Tatum is probably the most favorite, but Ant-Man is knocking down that door. Yeah. There's a lot of pundits saying that Jason Tatum is the best USA-born player right now in the league.
Damn.
And I would retort to that.
USA in a down.
USA is a little down. USA is a little down.
Yes.
Because LeBron old as hell.
That's true.
USA,
Hey, his
Jason Tatum
stats
gonna
are
be
still
better.
comparable
still
with
crazy.
Giannis,
100%.
which is insane.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
Year 21.
I told you, anybody else, if you take all the other players that lasted to year 21 and put all their stats
yeah.
together,
It
it would not equal
LeBron.
LeBron. LeBron would still be high. That's crazy.
Last couple of games for Ant-Man, 33 against the Warriors, 28 against the Spurs, 26 against the Pelicans, 38 against the Celtics, 31 against the Jazz.
And that Spurs game, he didn't care one be who. You had the rim,
My
I'm
league.
coming straight at
That's
the
my
rim.
Went
league,
right
bro.
in him.
Like, you ain't even broke
You know
in.
what I like is that those are leading to wins. You know,
Yeah.
and that matters. And you know, I hope they keep this up, keep going, keep it to the playoffs. I'm wondering though, like when does he ascend? When does he cross over into the mainstream?
That was my
Playoffs.
next question. Do y'all think he gonna make the same mistake? And to your question too, Ken, is he gonna make the same mistake KG did?
What do you
Stay
mean?
in Minnesota too.
Okay,
stay too long.
so let me address that, right? Like, because there's a business aspect to this shit where you're gonna stay on the team you're drafted on at least a minimum of 5 to 6 years. Just the way the contracts are done. When you're a first round pick, a lottery pick, you have a 2+2 or 2+1 depending on where you're drafted. So that's a guaranteeing you 3 or 4 years on that team before you re-up. When you re-up, you're not going to deny that first re-up.
So that's to Ken's point. if we're talking about ascension, and you have you've seen this happen to KG. You've seen him putting up triple doubles for years, go to the playoffs, even make it to the Western Conference Finals. I think when they had Sam Cassell, he didn't get that ascension until he left and went to Boston and was able to win.
100%.
I thought KG was a guy, and I think that's why we were clamoring for him to leave Minnesota.
What?
In terms of like crossing over to the mainstream.
But his profile increased when he went to Boston.
But he crossed over to the mainstream when they called him the big ticket. You know why? Because he signed the biggest contract in NBA history at that point in time, which was $210 million. Hold on. So he was drafted by that team. Obviously, they can re-up him for the most. You're gonna stay in that first re-up. The thing about staying in a place too long is, can they get the guys around you? Obviously, Minnesota has made a major mistake with how much they gave up to get Rudy Gobert, because now the future is a little bare. In my opinion, trade Cat now, because his value isn't necessarily going to go any higher than what it is. Yeah. Get some of those assets back and help your team right now, because it's no longer his Cat team. And yes, Cat is a 6'11", 7 guy that could do a lot.
I don't think Cat knows that.
And that's fine. Send his ass to New York or something.
But see, I guess I have a kind of an old school thinking with this FIFO, and I see what you're saying from a financial standpoint, and I know all the games are streamed nowadays, so you don't really have to be in a large market. However, going back to Ken's original question, I would have to think if Anthony Edwards played for the Knicks or the Lakers or a big Philadelphia,
that's not
nobody want to play for the Knicks.
It's going to be different.
And the Knicks ain't going to help you
imagine him being in New York every
that ain't going to elevate his profile.
No.
The Knicks is too sorry for that.
You know why? Look.
Jalen Brunson's a
Did they help Randall?
It helped Jalen Brunson. Randall's sorry. It helped Jalen Brunson because
nobody
he's
talking about Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, they are. He's not a top. He's got the New York.
He came to say, talk about Jalen Brunson here when Nick is here.
That's it. That's the only person. You hear it so much. You think it's from the media.
I didn't know Jalen Brunson's name until they was talking about trading.
How's the Nick?
Exactly.
No, until they was talking about trading. Look. I just think it still means a lot to play in a big market. Like I get what you're saying about signing those contracts, but bro, I couldn't help but to believe if he played anywhere else that he would already have crossed over.
Look, you know Giannis. And Giannis plays in one of the smallest markets in the NBA. And they have two of the biggest contracts in the NBA on one small market team. At the end of the day, what crosses you over? Playoff performances. That's what crosses you over. Yep. It's not the market that you're in. It's not even style of play. Because if you don't get primetime games, guess what? Ain't nobody gonna watch. No, the average casual fan is not gonna see it. Right?
That's a fact.
So how do you get on primetime games?
Win.
First, you make it to the playoffs. Then you show out in the playoffs. And they're like, hey, wait, hold on. This guy right here.
Okay. I ain't seen Sacramento in no primetime games. I don't see them on TV this year. They did that last year.
Exactly.
Fox, one of the best players in the league, because they still still silent. Bones was hooping his ass off.
But Fox isn't vying for top 3 in the league. And Edwards can be top 3 in the league. That's the difference. Look, Wembanyama ain't played now one game in the NBA, and them boys got primetime games, right? Why? Because his superstardom is up there. Ant wasn't necessarily the same way coming out of UGA. No. I loved Ant. And I said, this nigga is D-Wade with a jump shot.
And he bigger. Pause.
And he bigger.
Pause.
And honestly, Steph kind of popped off because Mark Jackson said what he said. People thought he was crazy.
Yeah.
Then it started to be proven right.
And then when he went to the playoffs,
but he was having a lot of viral moments
as
well.
That's
that
what
led
it was.
to a lot of clipping.
Yeah, exactly.
Anthony needs those viral moments. You need to duck on Wembanyama and all kind of other stuff.
Which he's doing, but the cross, this is nice. This is for the clips. How you cross over the people's living rooms and you become a household name, do it in the playoffs.
So you think that getting away from Cat is going to be it? They should get a haul from Cat right now to make that team better, right?
I just think, yes, from an organizational standpoint, it makes, first of all, no sense to have Cat and Rudy Gobert. We knew that when they made the trade.
It's working out good this year, though.
It's better this year, but to me, that's not a recipe for winning.
Cat changed the game,
huh?
according to him.
I heard somebody else say that too.
Cat be smoking that cake too.
They got
changed the game.
a couple players have given Cat
Stop. Don't y'all even let you
I
get
heard
that
you.
out.
Hey,
Stop.
you saw it. Jeff T
Yeah.
was saying it like.
But Jimmy by game 4, what did Jimmy say? He said,
Yeah, Jimmy said get him over.
Not what I thought they
He
was.
said Jimmy told him that was his team.
Yep.
But
Jimmy Wiggins.
Yeah.
And he said after the 4th game, look, so Jeff Teague on his podcast was talking about one of the coldest dudes was Cat. He said when he first got to the team, they play open gym, and he's like, yo, Cat can fucking do it all. Defense, handle the ball, shoot the 3, everything. He's like, God damn, like, we're going to have a good season. Boom. Then they got Jimmy Butler. Jimmy said, yo, Cat and Wiggins, it's their team. I'm gonna just do everything else. They do what they gotta do, and I'm gonna do everything else. By game 4, Jimmy said, "Man, these niggas is not what I thought they
Ain't got
was."
Fuck all that.
Ain't got no
Fuck all
dog
that.
now.
So at the end of the day, Cat is a good piece, but he is a number 2 or number 3 guy on a championship team. He's not the guy. So in my opinion, where you are now is get the future assets and get guys that can help you win now. You know what I'm saying? Because, Cat is playing better. He's playing better defensively this year. But because you gave up so much to get Gobert, it almost forces you to get rid of Cat. Because you're not going to win a championship with this team how it is. You just not.
Yeah, and we've seen Cat in the playoffs, and that story just don't look good. So,
Like, we seen it. It's the same old song. It's like AD. We know what the fuck it is.
yeah.
Since we were talking about songs, let's get to some greatest hits. Philly. We talking about
The Sixers.
failures and how things look in the playoffs. We know how that story unfolds. But right now, they are currently the best team in the East. They beat the Celtics, which had claim to that title.
Yep.
They were 2 of the best teams in the East, and they won that matchup. A team that they have historically struggled with, and definitely struggled with in the playoffs, a while back. Maxey is playing crazy, just put up 50.
Lights out.
So, now that Harden is gone, has him leaving made them better?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Harden and Doc
Addition
Rivers.
by subtraction.
100%.
Doc Rivers too, though. Don't do it.
Huh?
Doc Rivers too.
No, we
The
more
biggest
Harden.
subtraction was Harden.
Harden, more Harden than anything
Yes.
else. This ain't coaching that's making this, just opening things up so the floor is open.
That's coaching.
So Maxey can do
Nah.
well. That's
It's allowing
It's a
Maxey.
different system being ran, right?
But it's allowing Maxey to maximize his talent.
Yeah.
Maxey, every time that I would look at him and evaluate him, he seemed to me that the one that should be on ball and James Harden need to be off ball. And I said that on this telecast. I said James Harden needs to be more 2 than 1. Why? And I said it last year. He can't turn the corner. You know how I know? Because I can't turn the corner no more.
Yeah.
I go out here and play basketball, bro. What I was able to do once upon a time and get a pick and get somebody just on my hip and turn that corner and go attack the big, James Harden can't do that at an elite level consistently anymore. Do we see ebbs and flows? Of course, because he's still a great player. He's still an NBA player. He's still in shape to a degree. Yeah, he can do it against some people, but he can't do it consistently. What we're seeing of Tyrese Maxey is you not as quick as me. You not as strong as me. You're
you
not
can't
as,
shoot like
you
me.
Can't shoot. So
Yeah,
it
all
just
that.
opens him up. He doesn't have to worry about James Harden getting this 20-some shots a game. I'm being in attack mode. And obviously, like I've always said, when you have a big, what is the best compliment to a big? A little man that can control the game. And not only hit open threes, create shots, not only for himself, but for others. But first and foremost is attack the basket.
Yeah.
Why? Because it leaves Joel Embiid open for second chance points,
Right.
for lob opportunities. So what they have now in terms of that duo is better than the trio with James Harden, because James Harden doesn't understand his position. When you
Right.
have a point guard and a big man, I need a guy off the ball that's going to shoot primarily catch and shoot, and I need you to play defense.
And we saw it. We saw it last year with Tyrese Maxey that he was coming around into that role and deserved more of a leadership role. And you're seeing it now. And the other guys, the others are stepping up too.
What's the other?
Harris, Tobias
Right there.
Harris
Stop right
is
there.
hooping right
Why?
now.
Look.
James Harden.
James Harden partially, but what it does is it allows people to fit in the role.
Yeah, they're freeing up.
Tobias Harris is a catch and shoot guy that can take advantage of smaller guys trying to guard him. and he can somewhat guard the guys at his position.
Yep.
That allows him to just do that. So now you got a point guard that's maestroing the game. You have the MVP in terms of a big. Now you have a 6'10" to 6'11" guy that can spread the floor
and knock it down and getting open shots. You got Melton who's playing well too. You got a lot of guys stepping up for Philly right now, and they just look like a cozy. They lost tonight to Indiana, but
Halliburton put that thing.
Yeah, Halliburton is on fire right now.
He 33
is
points,
on
15 assists, no turnovers.
He is on fire. You hear me?
Hey, did you hear what he said that allows him to improve his NBA IQ?
What was that?
NBA 2K.
2K.
I wouldn't doubt it.
2K.
I wouldn't doubt
it. He says it helps him kind of figure shit out.
I would not doubt it.
Guys say that about Madden for NFL.
Really?
A little bit. Yeah.
That trade was great for both sides. I still think.
About the Sixers, though. Y'all giving them this much props. Is this team as constructed strong enough to compete?
Yes.
They can compete.
They definitely can. You got.
They're not defeated.
Yeah, they definitely can. Yeah.
You know what beating Boston for Philly is? Joel Embiid go out, score, averaging 40 points. Be that dominant. I think
he wouldn't even have. To me, he wouldn't even have to do that. Joel Embiid over 30 plus. I'll say 30 plus. You got Maxey getting 28 and about 7 or 8 assists, and you got Harris doing what he do.
The reason why I'm saying that JJ Redick had he was talking to somebody on his podcast, and they were going over Shaq's numbers. And Shaq, he was like, "Yo, listen to Richard Jefferson." And Richard Jefferson was talking about his New Jersey Nets team going up against Shaq.
He got buzzsaw.
And he was like, yo, like look at what this man was averaging. 38, 40 in a series. 18 rebounds. Bro, when you are the most physically dominant player in the league, which Joel Embiid should be if he's not in the conversation, who then? Physically?
Giannis.
Most physically dominant?
Giannis.
It's still Embiid.
It's Joel Embiid in my opinion.
Yeah.
But Joel Embiid, the reason why you have that question is because he ain't put up them numbers, and we know he can.
Because he's not that physically dominant.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
he is.
Y'all talking about we talking that's dip. Shaq,
well, when you talk, ain't nobody like Shaq.
Ain't nobody like Shaq. But in this
the
league,
closest thing I've seen to that is Giannis.
No.
Absolutely, from a physical dominant standpoint.
LeBron was
that's Giannis is athletic.
Yeah, Giannis look like Shaq to me.
Nah, he's just athletic, man. He's
not a very poor man's version. I'm not putting him on the same scale.
Version of something.
I'm not putting him on the same scale. I'm talking about being the most physically dominant person in the league.
No.
I remember when Shaq was in. I remember how good that looked. No one can do it like that. If I'm talking about it now, though, Giannis is that. He's the most physically dominant.
No, he's a freak.
Giannis
he's athletic.
A lot of skills to score the points that he does, and most of that is physically dominance. Right? It's because he's
it's athleticism.
His nickname is literally the Greek Freak.
But it's different. Greek Freak doesn't necessarily always dominate through sheer force and power.
Yeah. That's the majority of his game.
No. His game is being 6'10", 6'11", long as hell, and being able to move from this spot to that spot.
Yeah.
Pause. Being able to move from one spot to another.
Man, he one of them.
No.
He one of them JJ
Y'all
Paytons.
not telling me that Joel Embiid is more physically dominant than Embiid.
He is. Joel Embiid get you on his hip, and he gonna do work.
Yeah, 100%.
He gonna do work.
Joel Embiid is 300 pounds. 300 pounds.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. Giannis is one of them JJ Paytons, just long and can make things happen. I'm not knocking Giannis' game at all, but Joel Embiid is the most physically.
I feel like Joel Embiid relies more on skill than sheer force.
You know who needs some skill?
And Giannis relies more on sheer force.
The Warriors. They got some issues, bro. They're barely over 500.
It's time to get rid of
Paul
Clay.
is coming off the bench. So he might be a curse for this team. Klay Thompson is washed.
Yeah.
Are we ready? Are y'all ready?
It's all
I was trying to tell y'all this man was there for real.
I feel so bad about that, man.
It's a wrap for him.
I feel so bad about that.
Is this dynasty over?
I do not feel bad for them. They've been to enough finals. They won enough championships, bro. It's over.
The dynasty's not over. You know why? Steph Curry's still chefing.
He ain't shooting all that great either.
Steph can carry them through.
It's volume, bro.
Can Steph carry them
Let me
through?
pull up his numbers.
He got
He can get us to the
De'Aaron.
playoffs.
We got cats like
He
De'Aaron
can get us
Fox.
to the playoffs.
You got cats like Ja coming back in the
Hey,
playoffs.
who signed to Steph Curry? De'Aaron Fox. He sunned them. So
That's
no,
cute. That's cute, no. But when they get to the playoffs and he put 30 on him one night, 40 on him the next, they're like, damn, Steph, what's going on?
Man, Steph, look. As long as Steph is there, they're going to be a playoff team. And as long as Steph is playing at the level he's playing at, they're still somewhat of a contender.
They need to make a move sooner rather than later.
I don't disagree with
They
you.
need Cat.
My issue with them is preemptively. They don't have enough size. We've talked about that for 2 seasons now. We've talked about that for 2 seasons.
And as big as it
You know, at first I didn't necessarily agree with Shelton. I thought that they can overcome it with defense, getting turnovers, hitting as many threes as they do, because obviously you don't need as many possessions when you're scoring more per possession as Golden State does. But Kayvon Looney alone is not enough size at the rim. Like it's just not. You know, so they need more size. I thought that it was a mistake. Who was the the lefty that they got rid of?
Wiseman.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was a mistake getting rid of Wiseman. But I also understood the why. But they need more size. And I'm not gonna disagree. Klay Thompson is washed. Looking back, and obviously hindsight is 2020, should have they taken Ant-Man at number 1?
Who?
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah,
Because remember, the top 3 picks was Ant, LaMelo, and James Wiseman.
Shit, they could even took Melo in the better shape right now.
Yeah.
Melo would give them.
Okay,
something.
so Clay making Steph look bad. Steph's just shooting like he
has to.
His last couple of
It's all
games,
over
he's
him.
like 5 of 13, 5 of 14.
But
he's still at 44% from on the
three.
year. Of course, he's still going to put up numbers from the field. He's going to do about his 30 or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, his last couple of 3-point efforts hasn't been that good. But it's Clay. Clay is just like, oh my God.
And Clay is in a contract year.
What do they do in Golden State with all the money that they spending for this team?
Well, at some point, you're going to have to retool. You know, they had some of the youngins that they obviously let go. We talked about Wiseman. Kuminga is starting to show. But you're just going to have to retool. But the thing is when you keep somebody like Kuminga around, now you got to pay that man.
Mm-hmm. Got a super chat question while we're here. Is it time for the Warriors to trade Wiggs and Clay? Wiggs and Clay?
I think so.
It depends on what you get back.
Keep
But
Draymond
yes.
and stuff.
Yeah,
everybody
well,
else
I wouldn't even keep Draymond at this point. To me, Draymond is.
I think you got to keep
Draymond.
That's the heart and soul of that team.
Yeah, but he's washed too. He's more washed than anybody else on that team right now. He's not them triple singles is not getting it done. The antics is
9,
not
8,
working.
7 don't work
Yeah,
no more.
we seen what Ant did to him. What is he adding to the team that they're missing at this point?
I just don't think
he's
you
no
can
different
replace
than
it. You can't replace it because you can't replace the IQ, you can't replace the battle testedness, and you can't replace the synergy that he has with Steph when he knows Steph definitely has it going. Like he finds him, he hunts and pecks him. He runs point forward. He does a lot of DHOs. Like what Draymond Green brings to the team, you can't easily replace that. And if you can't replace that, the way you play the game is completely different. You can remove Clay, you can remove Jordan Poole, you can remove Kuminga, you can remove Andrew Wiggins and still play Golden State brand of basketball. And the main reason is Draymond.
I agree with that.
Clippers playing tonight?
Yes.
Man,
They're playing. They're on now, and they're about to play
They put
the
that
Nuggets.
games on TV.
they about
Nuggets?
to lose.
Yeah, they're playing
So-
the Nuggets.
Was that about to be 6 in a row?
They finna get
6
worked.
L's?
So 0-5 since
Yes.
James Harden got there?
Yes.
Tyloo said he needs Harden's being passive.
He
And he
is.
needs
Didn't
to
they
be a
say
little
that
bit more
last year?
aggressive.
Wasn't that?
Nah,
that didn't
that
happen
wasn't the
last
thing.
year.
But it's not looking good, is
It's
it?
not. Look, so you can tell all 4 of these guys are not trying to step on each other's toes.
Right. So you want to give him some time.
You do, but the issue is this: James need to come off the bench. Out of those 4 guys, he's the weakest one.
They asked him that?
I don't
James
care.
Harden said, "Who me?"
Look,
You know what?
but look, how do you make it work? How do you make it work? Because Russell Westbrook is best with the ball in his hands.
So he needs to come off the bench.
No. You need James Harden to play free. Go get buckets. Go do what you do. Look, who said it years ago that style of play does not work and it's not going to win a championship? Kobe Bean Bryant. Mm-hmm. He went on, I can't remember the name of his little thing that he started, but he talked about how the style of basketball, the brand of basketball that James Harden played is not going to win any type of championship. And we're seeing it. This man has been traded from team to team to team. That announcer that eviscerated him. Yeah. What lie he told? He ain't tell no lie. Not one lie. James Harden needs to, what's most important to you, dog? Do you want to be a 30-point, 10-assist guy with no rings, or do you want to win a ring? Because if you want to win a ring, and that's the most important thing, then come off this bench. When we come off this bench, be the greatest six. Like, you started off as a six-man and you were amazing. You had your run at being the guy. Mm-hmm. Now it's about chips. If you want to win the chip, be a better version of Jordan Clarkson. Be Jamal Crawford. Be a guy that can get 30 in 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Don't y'all think, dude, like James Harden told us what he was, though? That's the reason.
That's the problem.
That's the reason that Houston wouldn't take him.
That's the problem.
He had a meeting with Udoka before because he was supposed to be going with Houston, and he told him, like Feefo was said, 30 and 10. That's what I want. I ain't worried about chips, dog. I wouldn't be coming to Houston if I was worried about championships. I want to come average 30 and 10, and I'm the system.
But then why did he want to go to the Clippers?
Huh?
Then why did he want to go to the Clippers?
The Clippers wanted him.
He wanted to go to Clippers. He clamored to go to.
Pull the trigger. That's what I'm saying. If James Harden put it out there, he told the Houston Rockets that it showed with every other team that he's played with when he's been disruptive. He is what he is.
Okay.
The frustrations come with James Harden is because we see how talented he is, we expect him to go, I'm going to do something different because I'm expecting him to win a championship. I just don't think he cut like that, bro.
But the thing is this. As you get older, and I talk about it all the time, you got to have old man game.
Yeah.
And James Harden has old man game because he's crafty. But as you mature, for the majority of people beyond 10, 12, 15 years, you have to take a step back. Like Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are clearly the 1 and 2. You are not. You need to be the 3. You need to be the third best scorer, but it needs to come off the bench.
I think you know that because you know basketball. And I'm not saying James Harden doesn't know basketball.
That's what you just said.
I think James Harden is less concerned with the X's and the O's and more concerned with, like, my legacy is going to be how many points per game did I average, how many assists did I have. And that may not be right. I'm not saying that's the right thing because ultimately it's rings and what matter. But I don't think it matters to him. He showed us that. Why we keep asking him to do stuff he said he don't want to do?
Right. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, there's not another team that is going to take on the James Harden experiment. So if he doesn't make it work now, just like the announcer said, you have this 1 year, bro. There ain't no, we got time to figure it. No. It's not like you 23, you 30-something.
I think, unfortunately, he's that good where even if it don't work this year, another team will give him a shot.
Well, no, it's a wrap.
Yeah, that's it.
If Ty Lue can't take
that's it, bro.
PG-13, Leonard, Westbrook, and Harden and win a title, then Lue got some things to answer for.
Yes, sir.
So there's that.
Say, man, I ain't tell y'all to bring James Harden in
well,
this team.
I
ain't tell y'all to bring him. He was good without him.
They might have sat in the room with him and he okayed it, maybe.
He would probably have a choice.
I would not have.
The Clippers moving to a new stadium. They need to win. They thought that this would be a big splash.
Like, I don't see how.
More so than Ty Lue. I couldn't see Ty Lue. Like, again, James Harden has made it very clear who he is. I think we get frustrated as viewers, fans of the game, because we know what he could do if he was willing to modify his game. I don't think he's willing to do that, and he keep telling us
but you
that.
Got,
and we keep saying, oh, man, James Harden tripping. No, I'm telling y'all what I am. Every step that he's went, he told people what he was.
I just look at the stars on that team, and you see a bunch of guys with a bunch of different head stuff going on. You know, you got playoff P.
Oh, yeah, that's
you got Kawhi, sometime in Kawhi. You got Crazy Russ.
Pat Bev didn't play for
Russ, Harden.
Yeah,
Pat Bev.
Okay.
Yeah. But and now you guys. No, wait. No, CP3 is in
you got PJ. But you add those 4 personalities.
Tyronn Lue should have got a pay raise.
Yeah. That's a bunch of head cases, man. And to try to get that to work is crazy to me. I just don't see how you can do it. Mm-hmm. And once again, these guys, all of them can handle the ball. All of them need time with the basketball. So it's tough to do it with 3, let alone 4. You know what I'm saying? And once again, There was nothing that James Harden brings to the table that these three and the supporting cast didn't already have.
Yep,
you got Terrence Mann ascending. Make sure he get on the floor and get some time. Bones, they took Bones out of the rotation. They just did. They said they took him out the rotation
because James.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me because Bones is
playing good.
He could have been next up, and he's
in a Tyrese Maxey situation.
Two. You know, he's not. Of course, he's not that. But you're right. He's explosive. I looked at him more like he could have been like Lou Williams off the bench, getting you buckets because Bones can score like that.
He pushed the pace. He's a change of pace.
Yeah, he's Jordan Clarkson, Lou Williams, that type of player. But once again, you add a James Harden to that team that takes away from that too.
100%.
And they.
So I got one question for you. They got strip clubs in China.
Because
that's the only other place he going.
He gonna go to Bangkok. I'm in Thailand.
Oh Lord,
that's what the White House is. But hey man, y'all crazy man. We need to be talking about this stuff.
Oh shit! But yeah, man. Look. At the end of the day, when I look across the NBA, the Heat don't want James Harden. Orlando don't want James
There's stupid
Harden.
teams in the league.
It can't be.
Look, we gonna
veterans minimum. Veterans minimum. Come on, veterans minimum. New York. James Harden. Let's stop. Y'all know this.
The Hawks ain't taking him.
They would.
No, they would.
New York might.
Memphis pay the Hawks to come play down here. Y'all talking about Magic City and Blue Flame?
Little baby.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Oh, that man would be so hungover next day.
Man, that'd be crazy.
Let me see. Memphis ain't taking him. New York might just because.
You know, New York always a
Boston not.
Charlotte.
Chicago is not. Charlotte's not taking
Houston
that man.
will take him.
Houston's not taking him.
No, Sacramento would take him.
No, Sacramento wouldn't.
Well, no, they building it young.
The Lakers wouldn't.
It's over, man.
It's over.
You know what? Honestly, then I'm gonna hand it to you, Lou, for weekly picks, and then we hit super chats. I wouldn't mind seeing them actually win a title this year, though. I think, I honestly, for whatever reason, maybe I'm getting a little sentimental in my age, but I think Harden. Not that he deserved a ring, but him having a ring and who's that? Russ really mainly getting a ring, bro.
Yeah.
I think it'll be kind of dope.
That'd be redemption. Full
Yeah,
circle.
I like to see Russ get a ring.
PG-13, bro.
Yeah.
Like that'd be kind of. I think
Playoff
that would be kind of
Those
cool,
four
bro.
winning the ring together would be cool.
That would be kind of cool. I think what would happen is that people start talking crazy like they did when Kawhi won in Toronto and start elevating him above. He ain't even touched that since they started doing that. But anyway,
we can forget that. Let me ask y'all this real quick, and then we can move on. Which one of these trades has been working out better? I mean, one of these moves, rather, not necessarily trades, but you got Milwaukee adding Dame, which ain't looked great. You got Phoenix, even though they hadn't all been on the court at the same time, but adding Bradley Beal to the KD in
Boston, man. Boston.
Yeah, Boston's the only one that look good, bro.
That's the only one that's worked.
Yeah, because Boston, and this is what I said early on, was it's the most complimentary team that we've seen. What did I say all last season? They need a point guard. Like you have Tatum and Jaylen Brown. It's redundant talent. You need a guy that's going to be able to control the game. Hey, I'm going to feed you. Oh, you hot. Keep the flow of the game going. Marcus Smart is not that guy. They finally got that. That's the reason why Jason and Jalen look way better now, because they got the complimentary piece. And then Kristaps complements that whole thing. 7'3", 7'2", that can hit threes, protect the basket. He moves better than Al. He's doing what Al Horford could only dream of doing.
And what you're saying makes a whole lot of sense, and that's why I feel like I feel now. It is way early. This is a way too early.
And them boys put a 155.
Yeah,
shit.
This is a way too early, prediction or whatever. But I look at those teams when you look at these big splash moves. Dame is going to push them over the top. No, he's not. It don't necessarily work like that. We all see these moves and we see it like a shiny new thing. You put Dame with Giannis, and one of the twins going to activate. And they just going to be the greatest. It doesn't always work that way. Sometimes it takes a piece to make everything else look better. Like we talked about with Boston, you add in a piece, and it made the whole thing come together the way it should. Same thing with Phoenix. Once again, you put Bradley Beal out there, you thinking, oh man, they got all the talent in the world. They're gonna blow everybody out. No, they're not. It's not working that way. You know what I'm saying?
They haven't played together yet, though, right?
They have played. I think they have maybe once or twice.
Games.
It has not been all three of them on the court at the same time. But it's not looked so. It's not just an instant thing. We can't say you add these guys and you're gonna get instant success.
I agree with Feefo. Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis were the best moves. And Drew Holiday is a much better version of Marcus Smart. And that's what the Celtics needed. But I do think when it comes down to it, it's still going to determine if Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown got that dog in them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
100%.
And I know Phoenix got the dogs. I know the other teams that made the moves, they have those dogs. Boston just happened to look better in the regular season.
100%. My brother, again, we were talking basketball, and he was like, man, what do you think Boston need? I said, bro, they got it all. I said, well, all we need to know now
is can Jason Tatum
do they got this?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, how can they prove it? I said, we know they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Just do it in the playoffs. Ain't nothing else that you got to show us no more.
When you see
Derrick
Jason
White
Tatum
coming out the
closing
bench.
out playoff games, you know, shit. Yeah, it's
100%.
Now, then you know that, okay.
I put it to you like this. If Jason Tatum has that alpha mentality this postseason, Boston is the favorite. I know Denver won. Fuck that. Boston is the favorite. Because when I look at that matchup between Denver and Boston, Joker is by far the only player I've ever watched that can do whatever he wants whenever he wants. And I heard Kmart talking about how he would guard him and stuff like that. I'm not discrediting Kmart. Kmart used to guard Kobe. So I know his defensive prowess. But
Kmart's
Joker
crazy.
is going to do what he wants to do, and you cannot stop it.
Nothing you can do about it.
Nothing you can do about it. However, they don't have two guys to go guard Jason Tatum and Jalen and Drew.
Holiday. Yep.
And then Kristaps bringing whatever big Aaron Gordon, whoever, MPJ out.
I don't know about that, FIFO. Aaron Gordon, you got size with Aaron Gordon. You got
I don't love
MPJ.
him, but I respect him. I used to be
But lately
disrespectful
he's
to
been
him.
playing great basketball
No,
too.
100%.
He's been
He's complimentary to them.
yeah, and he's getting buckets right now. He's
feel
doing
you.
he's doing the things that he should be doing with this
Well,
team.
because Jamal is out.
And you got
So he's stepping
KCP
up.
that can guard the guard.
I don't believe it.
Defense, yeah.
KCP, he not.
On the defensive end, he gives you what you need. Yeah, man, let's look at it. You got to watch them. That team is still loaded.
No,
I
I'm
ain't
not
worried.
saying
I
it's
ain't
not.
worried about them. And once again, we can just look. We can look right at Joker. Even tonight, the first quarter still, he got 11, 4 assists and 6 rebounds in the first.
Come on, man. Like,
First quarter ain't even over.
this man's playing.
This is his league.
He playing the game on rookie mode. Real talk. It's too easy.
And just don't even care. Like
He don't even look interesting.
You said this is a Joker's league?
yes, I think so.
How is it not, Ken?
Man,
I know you. I know Ken.
Let's go to your weekly.
Ken.
Bro.
Ken, I know, Ken. I get it, Ken. But you got to be real, Ken.
He can. He's. I was when Feefo was praising Joker and saying nobody can do it. Blah blah blah. I was like, yeah.
So whose league is it?
But not.
He head and shoulders above everybody else.
Yes.
He is.
Ken got to give his props, man. That
I
dude.
do, but it ain't his league.
All right,
Whose league
Whose
is it?
is
It
it?
ain't his league.
Week 11 picks. Last week, man, I don't have the updates as far as the current standings. I see Nick didn't change it here. I'm going to take that responsibility on moving forward, so I ain't got to wait on it. So that's my bad, but I do have who you guys picked last week, and I got the upcoming games for this week. San Francisco, Jacksonville last week. Shelton, you lost with San Francisco, Jacksonville.
Yes.
FIFO, you lost as well. Me and Ken took Glock. Cleveland, Baltimore. I took Baltimore. Shelton took Cleveland. Nick took Baltimore. Ken took Baltimore. FIFO took Baltimore. Detroit Chargers. I took the Chargers. Shelton took the Chargers. Nick took the Lions. Ken took the Lions. FIFO took the Chargers. Houston, Cincinnati. Everybody took Cincinnati except Shelton. So they gave Shelton a one-up on everybody for the past week. We'll have those totals for you next week as far as the season standings, but as far as what I just read, it don't look like anybody moved up a lot. It's a lot of mixed bag reviews. So that puts us in week 11. Got a couple good games here. The best games won Thursday night and Monday night. Those are the best games of the weekend. So Sunday we'll have to push through. But we'll start with Thursday night football. Cincinnati versus Baltimore. I'm going to start with you, Feefo.
I'm going to stick with the Ravens, man. I picked them last week. They lost against the Browns. I understand that the Bengals are in definitely win now mode through the end of the season. I just think the Ravens are a better team, and I have my fingers crossed I get this one.
Shelton, who you got?
I agree. Give me the Ravens, and I think Lamar steps up and plays big. I think it's going to be a shootout. Both teams are going to play well. I just think that Baltimore is going to have the edge with that defense. I really like their defensive front.
Ken, what do you think?
Bounce back game for Cincinnati. Yeah, I think Cincinnati's going to bounce back and get this win. So I'm going with Cincy.
Yep, I agree.
They need it, like we said.
I agree with Ken, man. I still believe in Joe Burrow. I don't think that any of this is his fault, including that loss over the weekend.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't think it's his fault.
He ain't throw 2 interceptions in the second half?
He did.
So
I still got more faith in him.
Ain't none of it his fault?
I still have more faith in him than I have Lamar Jackson over the last. Lamar's been one of the worst quarterbacks in the fourth quarter over the last 6 games.
But you can't say none of this is his fault.
It's not.
That's the thing, man. It's funny how we pick and choose who we give blame to.
The reason I say that is this, because Joe Burrow puts him in a position to win all the time.
Yeah, and he put him in a position
Jackson
to lose.
don't necessarily do that all the time. He puts you in a position where I got to figure this shit out.
That's what they had to do this last. But we ain't talking about it. We talking about the last game. The last game you said it's not his fault, and it is.
It's not his fault. It wasn't his fault. He just ran into a better quarterback that Sunday.
Who threw the
Shout out
picks?
CJ Stroud.
Who threw the picks?
He ran into a better quarterback that Sunday. CJ Stroud.
Who threw the picks? They wasn't on the field at the same time. Who threw the picks?
It don't matter who threw the picks. I'm telling you that it wasn't Joe Burrow's fault. Give me the Cincinnati Bengals over the Baltimore Ravens. Must win for the Bengals, as we said here. I got the Bengals. Shelton, you got the Ravens. Nick, of course, took Cincinnati. Ken took Cincinnati. Feefo took Baltimore. Next, Pittsburgh versus Cleveland.
Ooh,
Cleveland coming off a big win.
Yeah.
This one's scary.
This is a scary game. We know what the Steelers do, too.
Are we in Pittsburgh?
This is at Cleveland, it looks like.
Cleveland.
B, what's up, brother?
What's up? Y'all on the
Yeah.
Everybody except me. My shit never worked.
Feefo the lead singer.
Friday. Let me see this. I got money on you. What up? Behind you. I made some calls.
So I just want y'all to know right now, if
Give us all the line slander y'all.
You got to stay right there.
if we win this Sunday,
Who's we?
Lions. If we win this Sunday and Thursday, I'm gonna come up in here with my ski mask. I got my ski mask, my blue ski mask.
You got the royal blue ski
I
mask.
already had my ski mask at the beginning of the season.
The royal blue ski mask.
So look, if we go 9-2 by after Thanksgiving, y'all ain't gonna hear the end of this shit.
I told you them boys was nice. I told you them boys was nice.
All right, B.
All right, Pittsburgh versus Cleveland. I'll go first. I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Of course you are.
I picked them to win the division. I got to ride my dogs all the way to the end.
Of course you are.
Mike Tomlin, best coach in the league. I said it. Ken, who you got?
I think at some point, man, the way they winning games, bro, it's hard. You can't maintain that. You can't be outgained
Which
every
team
game.
are you talking about, though?
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's either one of these two, though,
You
Ken.
can't be, I mean, true, but it's just like, oh my God, this is like awful. But I'm gonna ride with you, bro.
You gonna pick
And
them?
I'm going Steelers and watch they end up losing, but I just don't like anything about how they're winning games other than the fact that it turns into a W, for them. So
It allows me the opportunity to keep boosting up Mike Tomlin. And pissing Nick off, so I'm gonna keep
But
doing it.
yeah, I don't know. This is gonna be a mess of a game.
Yeah.
Shelton, who you
Because
got?
neither one of these teams are good
True.
like that.
I picked Cleveland, but my pick is contingent on Deshaun playing.
Your picks are always
Oh, he had
contingent.
you.
No, that's the only reason I'm
You
hedging
have
because
the most contingent picks.
no.
of anybody on the
Like I
planet
said, the
ever.
only reason I'm hedging is because, like I said, I don't know if he's practicing because of his ankle. And if he plays, they're gonna win. If he don't play, then I don't think they're gonna win.
So you think Cleveland will win if
Deshaun plays?
Deshaun plays?
Yes.
So you taking Cleveland
Yes.
unless Deshaun doesn't.
Yeah,
play.
Deshaun not playing. They're not gonna beat Pittsburgh.
I don't know.
Pittsburgh might let them do that.
But everything that he said can be applied to either team. Both of them are winning or Cardi. Like Cleveland was getting dusted, like I said, this last game. They should have lost this game by all intents and purposes. They should have lost this game. But like you said, Lamar let them back in the game, just like Joe Burrow let Houston do what he did.
Feefo, who you got?
I'm taking Cleveland. I'm taking Cleveland. I think it's a better team. I do agree with Shelton. If Deshaun plays, I definitely got them. If he don't play, they not winning.
So we removing this game if he don't play.
No.
No, we can keep it.
Y'all taking,
We keep the games.
y'all taking these L's then?
Yeah, we just had to take it.
We've
Yeah.
had it's happened all
Yeah.
year where guys sit
You've
out.
been bringing that up too.
Yeah,
You said that.
So,
Yeah, it
All
is
right,
what it
so
is.
me and Ken taking Pittsburgh. We believe in the black man.
This been y'all this side against this side all
We believe in
night.
black man. We ride with black man.
Both
What
sides
y'all
black.
doing?
Deshaun, well,
We talking about Mike Tomlin.
oh, he talking about the. I love Mike, man. Come on, I'm with you. I'm with you on
All
this
right,
fight.
man. Philadelphia, KC, man. This
Why
is
this
game,
even a
this is a
pick?
game of the weekend right here.
Why is it even a pick?
Who you got, KC?
Huh? they playing? They playing?
Only the best quarterback in the league is playing.
Are you right about that? And he gonna be wearing
And
green.
damn sure his name ain't Jalen Hurts either, buddy. I'll put you
be
down for
wearing
KC.
green.
Is that right?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely
You got
not.
Philadelphia, which is crazy.
Absolutely not.
Ken, who you got?
I don't believe in Patrick Mahomes' wife
What? You don't believe in Mahomes, but you
his
believe in
wife.
Jalen
And his
Hurts?
wife.
and his wife.
Oh,
I'm going with KC, bro.
This is
It's
gonna be
gonna
unanimous,
an ugly
other than
of a
Shelton.
game because I think Phillies. I mean, Kansas City don't have receivers, so but the Eagles secondary and all that. So but that front four could be a bit of a problem. So, but yeah, I'm going with Pat. Yeah.
FIFO.
My homeboy.
Love it.
Hey,
FIFA?
my homeboy.
You was with me, bro.
Nah, not when it comes to this.
I know this side, that side now, isn't it?
FIFA?
It's definitely. I'm with Tweets Open Doors. This is definitely a revenge game.
Facts.
It ain't gonna mean shit.
It don't mean nothing. Yeah,
It better mean something to them.
yeah.
But all Mahomes is doing is flash that ring.
That's it.
I think Philadelphia hasn't looked great all season. I don't think they're going to be able to keep squeaking by. You're playing the best quarterback in the league. That bullshit they've been doing ain't going to work. So,
I agree.
so
They're gonna have to play. They're
Give
gonna
me
have to play
KC.
a complete game.
Give me KC. All right, the last is the viewer's choice.
Why
For
they
some
pick this?
reason, no idea what the viewers are thinking here. We got the Chargers and the Packers. Ugh.
Yeah.
This is a ugh. Ugh. Two quarterbacks that we thought were good. Neither one of them.
Herbert ball.
Herbert. Yeah, Herbert balling. He's.
I'm with Nick. Nick didn't persuade me.
Nah, don't
I'm
let.
with Nick now. Nick, you got me.
Don't do that, man.
Nah, because Herbert, bro, how long do we got to give dude, man?
Don't. Only reason I'm shooting him bail is because his
Stay.
hand and his coach. But
He
his
got really
hand,
bad
that
coach.
finger is messed up. So he's out there. A lot of them guys wouldn't be playing with that. We saw.
And we saw him make throws that only a handful of quarterbacks could make.
He's talented, man, but that ain't translating though.
But his
It's not
fingers
tra-
is broke.
It's not part of that, but it's not translated because the coach isn't good in situational football.
That is true. I will not give up on him until they get rid of Staley and get somebody in there.
See,
X's and O's guy.
They need an X and O's guy. They need an
somebody to help
offensive
them.
head coach that's gonna the quarterback. Which look, Brian Daboll, come to LA.
Ooh.
Can
That'd
you
be
imagine?
nice.
Take the first name smoking. I
That'd
can
be
leave
nice.
New York and I'm a better quarterback. Come on, people.
100%.
Who you got?
Give me the Chargers.
Ken, who you got?
I went Chargers. Love's looking better, but
Yeah.
He's not
sound much.
special.
Nick
He don't
Foles.
have enough moments.
yeah.
Just to fill you in on Nick's picks, Nick took the Bengals, he took the Browns, he took the Eagles, and he took the Chargers.
Nick picking the Chargers got to hurt.
Yeah, because he hates Staley and Herbert. I don't even know how he got to that conclusion. He must really hate Green Bay.
Well, he was high on Love coming
Yeah,
into the season
he
until
was.
they saw Love play.
Yeah, we all seen him play.
He was.
We all seen Love play. We're like, whoa, buddy. Sheldon, who you got?
Oh, the Chargers. Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a
hell.
clean
I'm kind of
sweep.
scared to pick the Chargers now. Everybody
Yeah, I
took them.
know.
That's a clean sweep.
And it's give me Green Bay. Fuck that.
The Chargers play better on the road.
Give me Green Bay. I'm gonna take Green Bay because it's at Green Bay. And those are the picks for the week.
All right, let's jump into these super chats.
Yes, sir.
Boom. Long live Kevin Samuels. How do you fix the Panthers? I'm tired of this.
Change
That's a
owners.
Shelton question.
Change owners. Long live Kevin Samuels. Believe it or not, man, I root for Bryce Young probably more than anybody behind the scenes. I love Bryce Young. I love any black quarterback, put it that way, but especially the ones that are not small in stature and not expected to do much. Like, people give him a lot of flack, and I don't like that. But it's your ownership, and I say that because of the coach he hired. I don't like Frank Reich. He was just fired from the Colts, and I just don't see him being that quarterback whisperer they say he is. The team's not motivated. It just doesn't look good. And the lines look confused. Play calling is crazy. All of it's bad right now. All of it's bad. And to give this guy a fair shake, you got to put some people in place to help him to get there, and they don't have that right now.
Hey, before you about to dip out, Jalen?
I got y'all finish.
Oh, okay, because I got to do my power rankings. I did power rankings, y'all.
Oh, okay.
Can't wait
So
to
we'll
hear
do
this.
power rankings after the super chat.
I think
it's the best.
I think the Panthers are good. I still believe that Young is going to be a good quarterback. They just need to surround him with better.
Man, y'all trash, bro.
I don't know. I think he's still going to be good. I don't think he's too small in stature to make it in this league. I got to see more. But based off his screen name, long live Kevin Samuels. Did you guys know there's a Kevin Samuels documentary coming out?
Wow.
Going to be screened here in Atlanta. I want to just let him know that since I
You
figure
going?
he's a fan. No. Tickets
Okay.
$25. I may stream.
That's probably a good answer.
I may stream it for $10.
Top of the evening, everyone. Watching my Panthers offense make me want to take my own life, and no, it's not Bryce Young's fault. All right, keep telling yourself that. I ain't seen a thing from him that makes me encouraged.
He said it ain't his fault though.
And I know that's what he said. And I'm saying that he ain't helping.
No,
You
he
know,
not.
you see CJ. I don't know. It's some organizational failures, but you know,
Yeah, man,
Bryce Young looks lost, bro.
Yeah.
he
Man,
looks,
he throwing the
bad.
he throwing the Mingo. He throwing to some
John
no-name
Domingo's a
receivers.
rookie, but I'm just saying he's a rookie. They drafted Florida State or wherever.
Mingo came from Mississippi, didn't he?
Either way it go.
Either
way it go, Young doesn't look good. And, you know, he's been getting the pass on this show, and if it was in, and as the #1 pick, and he hasn't been called out yet. So I'm starting it right now, and I'm waiting for him to prove me wrong.
They told us that Frank Wright and Caldwell were quarterback whisperers, and it ain't working.
Yeah, ain't.
No. So it can't all be their fault. Anyway, what's up, Dead in Sports? What will happen first, Doc Rivers or Josh McDaniel getting a head coaching job again?
Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers.
Josh
had to be.
McDaniels was never coach. Y'all
Yeah.
convinced me.
Josh McDaniels was a
Never
mess.
coach in the NFL again.
That was a
At least
mess.
not head coaching. I can see, like I said
be a
last week.
quarterback.
He'll get a job.
Or go to college, but nah.
He'll never be an NFL head coach again.
Yeah. Doc Rivers probably won't either, but still, I can see him before Josh McDaniels.
100%.
I'm not even sure if Doc wants to.
Josh Allen, this is from Alex Hayes. Josh Allen is Brett Favre 2.0.
Alex, I don't even know if he's that yet, because Brett Favre at least won a couple times.
Well, that makes you feel better.
One. Let's not give Brett Favre too much credit.
Nico Dell, any chance of ever getting an MMA episode with Mike again? That home rousing video was hilarious. And where does Stephon Diggs play next year?
Mike watch MMA? Mm-hmm. Really? Mm-hmm. That's fun.
Yeah. Nico, hopefully we can do one with Mike. But
That would be fun.
Stephon Diggs will hopefully be in Houston. That'd be nice.
Stephon Diggs gonna be in Buffalo next year. They're gonna get a new
think
coach.
so?
Yeah, they're gonna get a new coach.
He ain't get no
coming
new
back.
quarterback. He want out. His brother just said it.
He just being nice right now.
I
but I don't think he's
ain't
coming
I tell
back.
y'all that shit was about to implode out
You
there.
did.
It's only gonna happen because I don't disagree with whoever the person that said in the super chat. He is Brett Favre 2.0, and I know you say he may not be all of that. You know, Brett Favre definitely had who was it, Mike Holmgren?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Reined them in. Josh Allen had Brian Daboll that did that. Then we saw what it looks like with and without. So I think Josh Allen can still win, but it's going to come at the expense of a couple of things, and one of those expenses is going to be Trayvon. Or not Trayvon, Stephon. He's going to bounce.
I would love to see him with CJ, though.
Oh, 100%. He go to Houston, bro. That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Woo Young, my guy Sam Howell balling, our team mid. If the defense help, he'll be winning some of these games. P.S. James Harden, the big three is hiring.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the only other place you can go. They're in China. Big three in China. Sam Howell, when I watch him play, he definitely got some talent. That O-line is, well, boy.
Yeah.
Washington, their team is bad. Sam Howell is decent.
Yeah.
They got to just fire. Like, they won't know what they have, unfortunately, until they fire Ron Rivera.
Yeah. But here's the thing. They have a decent running back. They got good
Wide
wideouts.
receivers, they got good defense.
That O-line, every time I watch him play, he just running for his life.
That's it, yeah.
They got to fix that.
We them boys, you heard about UCLA recruits robbing Colorado outside of the
Wow.
win.
I didn't know that's who that was.
Bro, they jacking them boys everywhere they go.
Yeah.
I didn't know they got robbed either. I know the ones Pasadena, they managed to find their stuff and get their stuff back. And while we're here,
So what, they played UCLA? Trying to delay your going in on Dion.
He set up when he read that.
That was great. So he was ready for that. What happened? They got robbed again when they played UCLA?
That's when they got
That's what
robbed.
we them boys
Yeah,
said.
they were in L.A.
Oh, that's on Colorado at this point. Y'all need to start bringing security or something, bro.
Yeah, they should have brought Westbrook.
They've been the right
This has happened 4
What's
times.
Westbrook used to play with?
This has happened 4 times, dog. Like, come on, man. Like, what you
Word is that Dion doesn't trust his own process. There's speculation now that he might be leaving. So Texas A&M got a job coming up. They can pay him a lot more. And he dodged the question when Stephen A. Smith asked him about it. And all he said is, man, I want to win. I want to win a game. Of course he do, because he ain't gonna win any games. Bro, he probably forgot what that shit feel like, bro.
Them white people, those white people are going to hate Dion if he leave and go to Texas A&M.
They gonna hate him if he keep losing. If he don't win no game, they gonna hate him
No, they
worse.
getting the attention. They don't really care. They think it's going to be better if he leave and go to Texas A&M next year, and they can pay him.
All he said was, let's focus on this week after a bunch of nothing.
They gave Jimbo $73 million to leave.
No, 90. I thought it was more than that. 85. It's 85.
73 million.
85.
$85 million buyout.
$85 million. Yeah, it's a lot of money
to get fired from.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the price of that is steep, but with the money that he made Colorado, they'll pay that.
Yeah.
So it says that if he left, if Sanders or the school that hired him will owe Colorado $15 million about the contract,
that's
and
worth
that drops to $10
Texas
million
A&M
after
make
that.
Yeah,
that's
worth it.
That's
We got
nothing.
that.
He's gonna bring them
we got
a
that.
million times.
That's game one.
Yeah.
And the only problem are the kids. The transfer thing that would take some doing, but yeah,
He make it work.
Let me ask y'all this, Ken, you specifically. If he left Colorado and went to Texas A&M, would you be as mad just like you did with Jackson State in Colorado?
Oh yeah, I'll still be upset
Really?
because you went to Colorado not to do shit. You took your kids up there just to get them exposed to look like shit.
I would be mad.
Shadeur ain't been doing shit. Everybody been praising Shadeur and his poise and his ability to come back and do this. He out there fucking losing games.
Can part of that?
Now he
I've always said it.
He
I've been
running
saying
for
it.
his life.
Exactly.
he wasn't running for his life when they were 3-0, was he?
Yes,
Yes, he was. Yeah.
But he was able to overcome that. Now he can't overcome his spike.
I'm surprised he getting up off the ground,
Now
man.
he
see
can't
how he
overcome
do?
it.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's standing up.
Ken, we've been steadfast on our assessment of that Colorado team. We've said that O-line is pure heart garbage, and Shadeur doesn't have the adequate time to make the real plays. And we've seen him do a lot of stuff off script. We've seen when he does have time, he does make the plays. Look, we're talking about a team that didn't win a game. And they won how many games?
They right back to where they were. They went back to that. They never went back to
The
that.
real question is, if Shadeur and whatever the other brother name is, if they can go, if they can go to Texas A&M, then Dion is
Dion
going
out
to
there,
Texas
bro.
A&M.
Dion out
It's
there.
that simple.
But
There's a third one too.
who?
What's his name?
Travis.
Oh, man,
Travis
come on,
Hunter.
man.
100%.
Travis. Now Travis made a hell of an interception, bro, on a slant. That shit was crazy.
He's good.
Now he looks nice.
Yeah.
He looks like Shadeur look like he about above average.
Shadeur
But
gonna be
anyway,
the first round pick.
but yeah, so Dion freaking out, Spike, because he done took Sean Lewis, the white guy he brought in, not a black guy, took his job away and gave it to Pat Shurmur.
Yeah.
They went from averaging damn near 500 yards a game under Sean Lewis, not winning, by the way, but still, they did win some games under him, to giving it to this guy. Now they're averaging 200-some yards a game.
They ain't look good
Almost
since
barely
Pat Shurmur
300.
started. Yeah.
Because what he's trying to do is he's not trying to get into these shootouts. Because they're trying to they're trying to elongate the game, make it a defensive game.
But he getting
You
shot
don't have
up.
the offensive line.
I know. That's all it is. This is the turnaround of saying, hey, we don't have a good offensive line. Let's play more
They're his
conservative.
guys. He brought them over there. This whole team, he brought this whole fucking team over there, bro.
Let me ask you something. What college coach has an expectation to turn it around in 1 year?
Deion?
No. See, and that's very unfair. Because
How was it unfair when he said it?
and he did
He
that.
should have kept his mouth
He
closed.
said it.
He did as much as he could in 1 year.
He did as much as he could in 3 games.
He should
But
have
at
kept
the
his
end
mouth
of the day,
closed,
you
man.
look at
That's part of his brand, though. He can't.
Oh, man.
yeah, he's a
keep
big
my
mouth.
mouth closed, yeah.
Who's the guy in Michigan?
Jim Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh.
Oh, my God, bro.
Everybody, look, at the end of the day, when you take over a major D1 college program, unless you're coming into a situation that already has a whole bunch of recruits, it's going to take you 2 to 3 seasons to turn that roster around.
The media coverage for what Jim Harbaugh got going on in Michigan is nauseating. This shit is, who cares? Every channel that you look on, every sports talk
'Cause it's
radio
a
that you
scandal.
listen to. But
And
no
that's
one
Harbaugh.
cares, though.
Nobody does. No.
Yeah, they do. Anyway, all right, moving on. Like, I still think somehow, some way, no, they got to win both of these games.
Yeah, they got to win 2 of these. They need a bowl.
They got to win both of those. I know, man. I got a sneaky suspicion they can do it. I think they'll catch somebody slipping.
I think so, too.
If they win this next one, I think they can catch Utah slipping. I know Kyle called me out, but I don't know. We'll see. I know Utah's defense is insane, but I don't know. Anyway, shout out to this is from Lions. Shout out to Ken and Feefo for giving my Detroit Lions props. Man, we got it, bro. I love Motown. Alan says, I don't know what the Chargers and Falcons waiting on. Fire them head coaches and the Bills underwhelming and Giants trash. Common denominator, Brian Daboll. Bills need him bad.
Yep. The Arthur, what is it?
Arthur Smith.
Arthur Smith. You gotta go, bro.
Really?
You got Bijan,
Yeah.
and he has such a low usage rate, and
Cockpit,
we know
same
we know he a beast, bro. You put that man in space, he juking Emmy and everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
He look. You know what he looked like to me?
Yeah, it's coaching. You got to
He
get.
looked like Saquon Barkley 2.0.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Spike.
he cold. I'm not sure that Arthur Smith is the problem, though.
What's the
How's he
problem?
not?
You're talking about somebody that had Matt Ryan in his last year, and then after that you got Mariota, and then after that you had Ritter, and then you had Tyler Heineke.
No, but
all he needed is a decent chance.
No.
His owner told him, "Oh, we don't need Lamar Jackson. Go out there and win with someone else." If you gave Arthur Smith Lamar Jackson, I promise you, I promise you,
You still gotta-
You know what you got to do? You got to run the fuck up out of Bijan, bro.
Yeah, you
He's
gotta-
a rookie
yeah,
running back.
yeah, you work-
Run 30 times a game.
Yeah, he should touch the ball. You put the ball in these strengths' hands. The one thing about Antonio Pierce, shout out Antonio Pierce, who's 2-0, that he said is, I ain't no fool. I know to get the ball to Devontae. He's in them first 4 plays, they went to Devontae.
Good for my
Because
fantasy team.
you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. They're not using none of them picks. They're not making sure Pitts touches. They're not making sure Bijan touches 20 times a game. They're not making sure that Drake London gets his adequate amount of passes. They're not putting the ball where it needs to be.
Yep.
So that's on the coach.
Arthur Smith is putting out fire so much. It's like a job you have when there's always problems and you can't never really get nothing done because you always fixing the problems.
Because he the problem.
That's what he been dealing with since he been there with
He the
terrible ass
problem.
quarterbacks.
the
I understand
problem.
what y'all saying and I agree. Dijon, yeah, he's a beast, but I can't focus on getting him the ball if I'm working with Marcus Mariota, Tyler
Yes, you
Heineke,
can.
Ritter.
Because look, you know what the blueprint is? Tua Tagovailoa. They throw a lot of wide receiver screens. They run a lot of stretches. They get the ball out in space. They get the ball out quick on time, right? When you have limited quarterback play, then the ball got to get out like this. Get the ball in Bijan's hand
Tua's
quick.
better than those dudes, though.
Huh?
Tua's better than all of those guys.
I understand that.
Like those guys aren't even that
I
confident.
understand that, Spike. I'm not disagreeing. But the thing is, what does it look like? You have to compensate for the lack of quarterback play. I can't have you out here 5-step drop, read the coverage because you can't do it. So I need you to 1, 2, 3 here, and that's not open. Go here. That's not open. You run.
That's one thing I will concede with you guys on. He is continuing to try to run his offense even with terrible quarterbacks.
And you can't do that. You got to rein it back.
Not work.
It does not.
You got to rein it back. Even Andy Reid, when he had Alex Smith,
he adjusted.
He adjusted. Bro, this shit wasn't no 4 wide out.
I do think you owe him the opportunity to see what it looks like with a better quarterback.
But no, because at the end of the day, the best coaches, regardless of sport that we're talking about, you're going to coach to the talent that you have on that team.
You got too much. Yeah, he has too much fiber. You can't have that. Yeah, that's like saying everybody. That's like saying everybody needs the perfect situation.
We know in this league you have to have a good quarterback.
Bijan should have anywhere between 20 to 25 rushing attempts, and he should have anywhere between 5 to 7 targets in the passing game.
I agree with that.
So if that's not happening, that's a head coach job.
There's not a quarterback on the roster that could do that, though.
What do you mean? You mean it's bro? You can give me $45,000 a game to give Bijan Robinson the ball 25 times, bro.
Right.
You got to pay the quarterbacks on their roster.
Shit.
Them niggas can barely hand the ball off.
Man, look.
How they gonna throw the ball to him and target him 25 times?
That's a coaching thing.
Listen to Tyler Heineke, Marcus Mariota.
Heineke got a little bit of game, though.
Ritter, and I don't even know who
Ritter's always trash to me.
Cordell Patterson was probably playing quarterback for them 1 week, bro.
Snapshot. Put respect on that name. No run game, just him.
That ain't on deck, though. I mean, that's Mike McCarthy.
And I remember they were screaming to get Zeke out of there.
Crazy.
Because they were like, Pollard's the
You
guy.
need him. You need him.
We need Zeke right now.
Yes, sir.
He can help. He wasn't lighting it up, but he
Y'all
can
should have
help.
went and got King Henry.
Even when we were playing this week and we blew the Giants out with a significant lead, we were still throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have anybody to run the clock out.
And that one where
We talked
he
about
got
this
stopped on the
last
1
week.
yard line in the first
We talked
quarter.
about this last week, and y'all told me, I was reluctant, but I agree now. Tony Pollard not a number one. He's not a dude that can, like, if we up 31-14, I can't run the ball.
He's a gadget guy.
Yeah.
He's
So
a
I
guy
gotta
that
keep
exposes
I keep
matchups.
exposing myself to mistakes and injuries and things of that nature, and just
He's not the guy like that. He's a weapon, but he's not the guy.
Jordan Ullum, what's each of y'all's worst take that you've had? So I would definitely love some time to think about this one. So we probably make that an actual video.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Appreciate that. Let me, I'll get a shot of that. Marty McFly, just 2 more. And then I go to my power rankings. Who's a player, any sport you swore was going to be amazing but was cheats? And the reverse, a player you thought would be awful but prove you wrong. Dang, that's another one.
That is a very good one.
I know for you who it was. AC Law.
You love AC Law?
You thought AC Law was the guy. I'm like, Ken, no.
So this ain't gonna make me feel old about mine. Man. Mine was Lawrence Phillips. I thought Lawrence Phillips was gonna be.
I agree. That's a good
I
one.
thought he was gonna be all world.
That's a good one.
When he came into the league, bro.
You know who mine was? Johnny Flynn.
Johnny Flynn should have been great,
He
man.
should've,
That was
bro.
my brother's favorite player.
Bro, Johnny Flynn, I thought he was going to come into the league. And I understand Minnesota drafted 3 fucking point guards that year. And Rubio. I can't think of the third one. But it is what it is.
Mine is old. Who? Harold Miner.
You thought
Harold Miner was gonna be good?
Baby Jordan.
Really? I knew that was a shot.
Baby Jordan.
From the day at USC when they told me Baby Jordan, I seen this nigga trying to stick his tongue out. What are you doing, bro? Like, come on.
Oh,
Shaved his
man.
head and everything at 20 years old.
Hey, that's like
I gotta think of, that'll be a
pretty
good one
dope,
too though,
though.
because I gotta think
He did
about.
have a good
I got some
I
more.
know I got some good ones.
Yeah, I got some more.
Who
I
did
got
y'all
some
think
more.
that was gonna be awful but would prove you wrong?
Awful to prove.
That's a good one.
Well, let's think about it.
Yeah, we
running
can think
up on
about
time. Stephen A. Spliff, I don't know who Russ think he is, consistently being top 3 in shot attempts. Biggest problem for the Clippers, and Dre doing chocos tonight. Apparently some stuff went down. Dre got into it, like tip off. Dre, Clay, and somebody else McDaniels got ejected.
Who they play? At the tip?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Dre got ejected?
Yep, Draymond, Klay Thompson, and
Because they just played him and him and Ant-Man got into it as we. So this must be a continuation.
They played with Timberwolves again?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh man, he choking Gobert. That's somebody just posted on Twitter saying, "You're Gobert, I'm Draymond."
Yeah, Yeah, that's
He got a little choke.
That's
on him.
not good, bro.
Chokehold too. That's
Yeah.
a little bit.
That's a real. That's a real.
That's the Vin Rames chokehold.
Yeah, that's not good.
Jeez.
All right, let's go to my power rankings. Y'all gonna like these. I thought hard about this too. I want to make sure that I had this spot on. So yeah, and it's pretty dope too. But yeah, my power rankings is coming up.
I'm ready.
But Draymond, I'm gonna have to look at this thing that happened with Draymond while we're waiting on that.
I got a.
You got a clip of it?
Yeah.
Mm.
So I'm tired of Draymond, man.
You are?
Yeah.
He's doing too much.
Yeah. I mean, you come on, man. Play basketball and win. Focus on winning.
Right. My power rankings are not gonna be crap.
McDaniels and Clay got into it running back up court. And then Gobert tried to break it up, and then Draymond came behind him and choked him out like Vin Rames or baby boy.
Hey, Jalen. Oh, he can't hear me. I was trying to lead him in and everything, bro.
Yeah.
Jalen.
Stop.
What he listening to? What y'all think he listening to?
He listened to something very,
Podcast.
very
It gotta be a
deep.
podcast. It can't be music.
Stop.
He ain't listening to us.
Is that even him back there?
I see his
One of
sweatshirt.
those stuffed figures back there was like, I'm dipping, y'all. Let me just put this guy.
Y'all can't see this, but he's behind the monitor, so his face we can't see.
I can't even throw anything at him.
All we can see is like just.
Jalen. Oh, okay.
do it all smooth like you heard us the whole time. Oh, yeah, I'm right here.
I was ready for the power rankings. Oh, man.
Oh, it was Clay and McDaniels.
Yeah, man, him and McDaniels got into it coming up the court.
What did he choke Gobert for?
Gobert tried to pull
Boom!
Clay
Here we
off.
go, baby. Look at that. Chiefs number 1.
Oh, my God.
Lions number 2?
You damn right.
Yeah, you tripping.
You damn
Look,
right.
I think they should be in the top 5, but number 2's too
At
high. I
5?
think they should be at 5.
At 5.
5? Are
Yeah.
y'all crazy? They have better
Nah.
records than...
It's not always just about the record.
Well, he know that because he got the Eagles at 3.
Every team on that screen can beat the Lions. Easily.
Yes. 100%.
Only 2.
Shit, all of them.
No.
Yeah.
They can beat all them.
No, they can't.
No,
Man, I'm
no.
putting some respect on the Lions. The Lions are
Put a
second.
respect on their names at
Each
5.
one of those teams will put pressure on Jared Goff and make him turn back into the Jared Goff that got traded.
Yeah, so what do you think the Lions can do to Brock? Because he ain't the Glock anymore. And maybe the Ravens defense, but Lamar Jackson, yeah, he out there blowing games and stuff like
They
that.
beat him 30-6.
Yeah, fluke. It was fluke. It was lucky.
Lamar beat him.
Yeah. Nah, man, I'm showing them some respect, man. Y'all don't want to do that.
Yeah, respect is 5.
No.
Yeah.
No, not 5.
Just
Not
move
5.
everybody up
Nah.
1. So the Eagles at 2, 49ers at 3, Baltimore at 4, Lions at 5.
Why did Draymond choke?
Anyway. Fire.
The Lakers and the Grizzlies got into it, too.
That's for you, B.
I'd have choked
Yeah,
you like
I got you,
Draymond,
bro.
Ken.
Cam Reddish pushed one of the good. No, Anthony Davis got into it with somebody from the Grizzlies,
Oh
too.
Lord Jesus, there's a lot going on in the NBA. I got to see what's happening, y'all. This is turning into a mess. Well, we appreciate you guys coming out, hanging with us again. I got to check with Nick on the Thursday night game. I can't remember which one it was. He mentioned it, but I forgot. So I'll check with him, and we'll get that. We'll let you guys know that. Just look for a post in the community tab, social, and Discord. And the Reddit, the subreddit. So we'll catch you guys next time. We out, Pete.
Thursday, yeah.
Oh, it's this Thursday.
Yeah, I think it's Cincinnati and Baltimore.
That tracks. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, let me verify that, but it's the Bengals are playing on Thursday night, so I'm pretty positive it is the one.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
But I think he let the fans vote on it, and the people in the Reddit vote on it. So
Yeah, he probably voted more times
Well,
himself.
So, all right. Well, yeah, be on the lookout for an announcement for that, just for confirmation. And we'll catch you guys next time. We out. Peace.
Peace.